Chapter 766. I don't think you can find out, Wang Yao said. Do you know who he is? The woman asked tentatively. What a joke. How would I know? Wang Yao asked. He must be a martial arts practitioner. He can release his neishi and invade other people's meridians. Forget it. Come back in 2 days. Before he could finish speaking, the king pharmacist waved his hand impatiently and let them leave. Thank you. After the woman expressed her gratitude again, she led a few people to take her baby son, who was still in a coma, out. From the beginning to the end, her expression had not changed from the bamboo building to the car. Her emotions were perfectly hidden by her. In terms of restraining emotions, these people were actually masters. Several cars left and went to the best hotel in the nearest county. Xiao Luo, come here. In the best private room of the hotel, the woman's expression was still as cold as ever. Madam, have you found anything? No, the young man in his 30s said. If I remember correctly, Xiao Luo, you started practicing martial arts at the age of 8, right? Madam, to be precise, I was 7.5 years old. Have you been practicing martial arts for more than 20 years? More than 25 years. What is the so-called neishi that the king pharmacist mentioned in the bamboo building just now? Is it like what is described in movies and novels? Madam, this is the realm that martial arts practitioners reach after they practice to a certain level, the young man truthfully said. It is different from what is described in movies and novels. It is not easy for me to describe it specifically because I have not reached it and my master has not reached it. Is it difficult? It is extremely difficult, the young man said. To reach that level, it requires not only effort but also innate talent that is superior to others. It can even be 1 in a million. Coupled with diligent practice and the unpredictable opportunity, it can be achieved. The right time, the right place, and the right people are all indispensable. TSK, do you know such a person? I once heard my master mention that there was such a person in the south, but whether he is still alive or not is uncertain. How did Shida offend such a person? The woman asked. I can't figure it out either, Wang Yao said. Logically speaking, people with such abilities are usually people who concentrate on cultivation. Most of them live in the mountains and forests. They rarely show up in big cities. I've also investigated. There is no such person in Dao. Although Sun Jingrong has a big family business, he has never made friends with such people. We have to continue investigating this matter. No matter how long it takes or how much it costs, we have to find out who injured Shida. Yes, madam. Go and call Dr. Su over. All right. Not long after the man left, a man in his 40s entered the guest room. Madam, how is Shida? Young master's condition is recovering well and is now very stable. According to the current situation, he will be able to recover to his original state. This medicine king's methods are indeed extraordinary. The doctor who came casually replied. Is it possible to invite such a person to the capital? The woman asked. Although she was very disgusted with the stubborn old man's temper, she had to admit that he did have superior ability. Madam, with all due respect, it's basically impossible. He has been famous for decades in Miaojiang, and his reputation has never wavered. I don't know how many dignitaries have wanted to invite him out and treat him as a guest of honor, but they have all failed. I have also inquired about it. Whether it was in southern Yunnan or the capital, there were people who wanted to invite him out, but he bluntly refused. He did not give those people any face. He is a stubborn old man who is proud of his ability. The woman snorted coldly. She had suffered a lot in this remote county these days. Especially every time she entered the bamboo house, she was always full of anger, but she couldn't vent it out. Just like what the king of medicine said in the bamboo house today, she was really annoyed and wanted to curse. She really wanted to take revenge on that stubborn old man. However, these things were just thoughts. She couldn't reveal it, let alone admit it directly. All right, I know. You worry about Sheeta. Got it, madam. The man left and gently closed the door. A stubborn old man with some ability in a small county. She looked out of the window. Now, she did not have a good impression of this place at all. She hoped to leave here as soon as possible. Thousands of miles away in Dao, the Sun family, in Sun Jingrong's study, Sun Yunxing had some doubts and said, "Dad, this situation is a bit strange." "Well, what do you mean by drawing a bow but not releasing it?" Sun Jingrong also felt some doubts about the Ho family's attitude. On the surface, they put on a show that they were going to have a falling out with the Sun family, but they did not really take that step. Bluffing? It doesn't seem like it. This family is very direct and practical, Sun Jingrong said. He was not to be trifled with. After so many years in the business world, he had accumulated quite a lot of contact. He also had a lot of cards in his hands that could be used. The Ho family is one thing. I am most worried about the Guo family's attitude now. Have they joined forces? Sun Jingrong asked. There are signs of this, Sun Jingrong said. If this is the case, we are in big trouble. This time, the boss of Qi province is likely to be surnamed Guo. As the saying went, a county official was not as good as a person in charge. Although the Ho family held power, after all, it was the power in Jing. If they went down to the local level to block them, they might not be satisfied in the end. However, the Guo family was different. He was in charge of the affairs of the province with real power. If it really came to that point, his influence in Qi province would be too great. If he also had the idea of dealing with Sun Jingrong, it would be the biggest difficulty and trouble. Can you stop him for a while? Sun Jingrong asked. How can I stop him? The mobilization of personnel at that level can only be effected by the central personnel, Sun Jingrong said. Sun Jingrong lit a cigarette as he spoke. In fact, the relationship between the Sun family and the Guo family was quite good. He had also attended the funeral of the old man of the Guo family. However, he was a businessman after all, and the Ho family was different. They were aristocratic families, and the Guo family would naturally weigh the pros and cons of the exchange of interest. The Su family, Sun Yunxing whispered these two words. Them? They have the ability to do so, but they won't do it. They will never set up a strong enemy for no reason without enough benefit. Sun Jingrong shook his head. The son of the Guo family has a grudge against Mr. Wang. Grudge? What grudge? Sun Jingrong hurriedly asked. You should also know that the son of the Guo family likes the princess of the Su family, but the princess of the Su family likes Mr. Wang. What do you mean? Sun Jingrong asked. I have heard a little about the son of the Guo family. He is very scheming. Mr. Wang happens to be in Qi province and is under the jurisdiction of that person. Will the son of the Guo family use his father to make things difficult for Mr. Wang? It hasn't happened yet. Everything is just our speculation. Everything has to be prepared for the worst. Our foreign investment plan can be stepped up. Yes. In Lianshan County, the project of Nanshan Pharmaceutical was progressing at full speed. The Jing family had specially arranged a working group to coordinate related matters here. Lianshan County and even Hike City were also very concerned about this project. After all, biopharmaceutical was considered a high-tech industry, and now the country paid more attention to this industry. They tried their best to satisfy the requests made by the Jing family. Wang Yao also came to visit a few times. This morning, Jia Zizai, who had just left the village 2 days ago, came back with a pot of good wine and some news. Sir, we have found some things about the chairman of our company. He has cooperated with the Japanese, and it is a shady business, Jia Zizai said. What business? Selling human organs. What? Wang Yao was very surprised. Hasn't your company always done things that people pay you to do? How could you do this kind of thing? He is the chairman. He has the final say in most of the company's affairs. Even if it is the board of directors, he has the majority of the vote. Jia Zizai said. In terms of time, he has done these things very secretly. If we had not been prepared, we would not have known that he was doing things secretly behind our back. Do you have evidence? Yes, but it is not enough. That won't do. We need enough evidence, Wang Yao said. Chapter 767. Sir, let me ask one more question. Do you want to convict him through legal means? That's right. Why not? Wang Yao asked. Sir, what we do is illegal, Jia Zizai said. According to reason, such a company should have been banned a long time ago. People like us should have been caught for target practice. But look, we are still living well and free. The company is still operating normally. Except for the disaster in the early years, the company has been safe and sound. Do you know why? Is there someone at the top? Wang Yao asked with a smile. Indeed. Jia Zizai said. Moreover, our company has a very perfect system. As long as you join the company, you will have something on the company. Once the company is in trouble, these things will be passed to someone through a special way. Then, the monkeys will scatter when the tree falls. No, to be precise, the monkeys will die when the tree falls. Even so, even if we succeed in getting your boss, won't you still be implicated? I have a way to solve this problem. Is it reliable? 50%. So low. It's worth a try. Jia Zizai said. They were in the business of licking blood on the knife's edge. The risk had always been very high. This percentage was actually very high. Well, tell me about the chairman. I'll find time to try his methods, Wang Yao said with a smile. Okay, sir, but before you do, please be sure to tell me so that I can be fully prepared. Okay, no problem. Jia Zizai didn't stay in the mountain village for too long. He just gave Wang Yao some information and then left. In the past 2 days, the clinic had been busy. The patients who came to see the doctor were all children. They had symptoms such as colds and cough. Perhaps because of the change of seasons, the weather was sometimes cold and sometimes hot. The children were young and had poor immune systems. They were more likely to get sick. Basically, the medicine was the same. It was to clear the heat and stop the cough. However, Wang Yao found a problem. Some children didn't drink the medicine. They cried a lot. The reason was very simple. The medicine was too bitter. This can be improved, Wang Yao said to himself. It was true that good medicine tasted bitter, but it was fine for adults to drink it. However, it would be troublesome for children. The texture has improved. Wang Yao pondered. Loquat, fritillary, platycodon, schisandra, peppermint. The medicinal properties were easy to determine, and it was very easy for Wang Yao to deal with them. However, it was troublesome to adjust the taste of the medicine. This was because the medicine itself had a special medicinal taste. It was not easy to make the medicine taste relatively good. There was no rush. Take your time. Wang Yao did not expect to succeed in one try. The premise of changing the taste was to maintain the original medicinal effect. Otherwise, it would be neglecting the essentials. Over the past few days, Zhong Luchuan had been practicing every day. In the morning and evening, he would go to Dongshan Mountain to practice the breathing method. His progress was very fast. Master. That afternoon, Pan Jun came to the clinic. Wang Yao was busy treating a child. The child kept coughing. He was only a little over 1 year old and looked sickly and listless. Take a seat first. Okay. Good boy, don't be afraid. Wang Yao softly comforted the child and gently patted his chest and abdomen. Cough, cough, cough. The child suddenly spat out something. It was not food but yellow sputum. After spitting it out, the child's breathing became much smoother. It was no longer like the sound of bellows in his throat. Such a big child could not cough on his own. The general treatment could only use drugs to liquefy the sputum, but this process could last for a few days. What he had just used was to directly let the child spit out all the accumulated sputum in his lungs through external piercing. Although it would be a little uncomfortable for a while, it would be much better in the next 2 days. However, the child was obviously frightened. He was still crying. His parents had to coax him for a while to make him stop crying. "This is the medicine. It is a little bitter, but you have to give it to him," Wang Yao said after handing it to the child's father. The medicine was very bitter for the child, but the effect was absolutely excellent. The medicine had very little side effects on the body of such a big child. This was very important. The organs of the child's body were very fragile. The medicine with strong medicinal properties could not be used. "Okay, I see." After seeing the father and son off, there was an old man downstairs with a girl of 6 or 7 years old. The girl was also coughing and had a runny nose. "Don't be afraid." Wang Yao gently rubbed several acupoints on the girl's face. He then gave her 2 injections and prescribed a medicine. "Take this medicine according to the prescription. It will take effect within a week." "Okay, thank you." He saw 4 children in a row. They either had runny noses or cough. "It has been like this recently. I don't know what is going on. Children are particularly susceptible to colds. The pediatrics department in the county hospital is full," Pan Jun said. "It has something to do with the repeated changes in the weather over the past few days," Wang Yao said. "It was a little stuffy. Then, it rained and cooled down. The temperature difference in the morning and evening began to increase. In addition, people generally liked to use air conditioners in summer. The temperature difference and humidity inside and outside the room were very high. Children were not as resistant as adults. It was easy for them to catch a cold. Then, 2 more patients came. Pan Jun helped and quickly finished the treatment. "Master, are you free tomorrow? What are you doing tomorrow?" "I just want to invite you to have a meal together," Pan Jun said. "By the way, there is also Zhong Luchuan. I didn't ask anyone else." "Noon or evening?" "Noon. Isn't tomorrow Saturday?" "So soon," Pan Jun said. "It's already Saturday." "Okay, I have time." "That's settled," Pan Jun said. "I'll pick you up then." "No, just give me a call," Pan Jun said. "I'll go with Luchuan." "All right." This was the reason why Pan Jun had come all the way here today. In the afternoon, he drove back. Originally, Wang Yao wanted to ask him to stay for dinner, but Pan Jun had made a reservation with someone in the evening. When Wang Yao came out of the clinic, he saw Zhong Luchuan coming up the mountain road. He was running lightly. His movements were very light. "Sir, have you been practicing on the mountain?" "Yes." "Are you free tomorrow?" "I'm fine." "Do you have any orders?" "Oh, nothing," Pan Jun said. "It's Pan Jun's treat. He asked you to go with him. Anshin is also on vacation, right? Take her with you." "Okay. I'll call you when the time comes. We'll drive there together." "Yes, sir." After dinner, Wang Yao went to Nanshan Hill early. He found a few herbs and prepared to do an experiment. The firewood was burning. The herbal soup in the multifunctional pot for herbs was boiling, exuding a unique medicinal smell. "It's bitter." Wang Yao didn't need to taste it. He could distinguish the taste of the medicine just by the smell. He added an auxiliary herb. After a while, the taste of the herbal soup changed. "It's still bitter." He thought for a moment and added a little lily petal. After a while, he reached out and dipped a little into his mouth. "Tisk, it's not right." He took the multifunctional pot for herbs away from the fire and put it aside. After it cooled down, he added a little rock sugar and pear juice and mixed it. "Well, it's much better this time." Although the taste was still a little bitter, it was mixed with the sweetness. It was not so difficult to swallow. "I can add some more rock sugar and honey." Wang Yao had those things and they were the best ones. That night, he didn't do anything else. He just mixed the herbal soup, which was specially used to treat children's cough and fever. It was late at night. He had wasted 3 batches of herbs in a row. In the end, he barely achieved the effect he wanted. The effect was not bad. At the same time, the taste was acceptable to the children. The next day, he divided the decoction into several small bottles and brought them down the mountain. He estimated that there would be a lot of people coming to see the doctor that day. Sure enough, a dozen people came in the morning with their children. They were still coughing and had runny noses. The decoction Wang Yao had decocted the night before came in handy. There was only 1 small bottle left in the morning. At noon, he closed the door of the clinic and went to Lianshan County with Zhong Luchuan. Zhong Anxin didn't go with them. She didn't want to go, so Zhong Luchuan didn't force her. He left her alone at home. After a few words of advice, he left the mountain village with Wang Yao. Pan Jun had already booked a restaurant. "It's so expensive, just the 3 of us?" "Just the 3 of us," Pan Jun said with a smile. "There's no need to come to such a place." "Master, please come in," Pan Jun said. "I've already ordered the dishes." They entered the restaurant and found that there were many people eating there. "This restaurant's business is good," Pan Jun said. "Yes, I couldn't get a table several times," Pan Jun said. The 3 of them went to a small private room. "Serve the dishes," Pan Jun said to the waiter. "Okay, please wait a moment." There was someone in charge of pouring tea, even though there were only 3 of them. The dishes were served quickly and were very exquisite. "Well, it tastes good," Wang Yao said after tasting it. "The owner of this restaurant has changed twice in 3 years," Pan Jun said. "The current owner is from the south. He has a flexible business mind. The food is exquisite and not so expensive. The atmosphere here is also better, so many people come here to eat." He didn't mean anything else by inviting Wang Yao to eat. It was purely for the gathering. "Eat less of this." Wang Yao pointed to a plate of fresh vegetables that had just been served. "Why, master?" "First, it's not the right time. Second, eating it with wine is easy to have diarrhea and vomit," Wang Yao said. The waiter next to him was stunned. "It's not the first day we've been together," she said. "I've never seen anyone have such a reaction." She obviously didn't believe what Wang Yao said. Chapter 768. Wang Yao just smiled and didn't say anything. Not having an accident didn't mean that there was nothing wrong. Of course, under normal circumstances, diarrhea and vomiting would be attributed to drinking too much wine or a certain dish was not very clean. Most people wouldn't think that drinking wine mixed with food would cause harm to the body. "Eat, master," Zhong Luchuan said. "Okay." The 3 of them had a good meal. Pan Jun and Zhong Luchuan both drank some wine. After the meal, Pan Jun wanted to invite the 2 of them to have fun together, but the 2 of them refused. Neither of them liked that kind of activity or that kind of occasion. "Master, drive slowly on your way back," Zhong Luchuan said. "Don't worry, I didn't drink," Wang Yao said. "Don't drive. Take a taxi back." "Oh, I know, master," Zhong Luchuan said. After Pan Jun sent the 2 of them away, he waved his hand and hailed a taxi. As he was about to get in, a person next to him suddenly rushed to the flower bed and began to vomit. "This guy drank too much," Zhong Luchuan said. "Oh no, he didn't drink too much," Zhong Luchuan said. "He just drank a glass of white wine. I usually drink half a kilogram. There is something wrong with the dish." "Well, he didn't drink, did he?" His friend next to him handed him a bottle of mineral water. "Don't tell me he ordered that dish as well?" When he got in the car, this thought flashed through Pan Jun's mind. He believed Wang Yao's words unconditionally. "I hope you are well," Zhong Luchuan said. "Let's go, master. The business of this hotel is good." "Well, it is," Zhong Luchuan said. "If you come late, you won't be able to get a table." "Ah, it is said that the economy is not good," Zhong Luchuan said. "I think the more high-end a restaurant is, the more people go there. Isn't the investigation very strict now? Why are so many people going there?" Some things are better known. Pan Jun smiled and leaned against the car seat. He drank a little too much that day. Wang Yao drove the car quickly on the road. Are you drunk? A little. Zhong Luchuan, who was sitting in the front passenger seat, smiled and rubbed his forehead. He hadn't drunk for a long time. His previous profession was a bit special. He needed to stay calm at all times. He didn't smoke or drink. Adjust your breathing. Use the breathing method I taught you. It can speed up the process of detoxification. Yes. Although this was a little different from when he was meditating, he still tried his best to adjust his breathing. His breathing became deeper and slower, and his rhythm also changed. Not bad. You're getting into the zone very quickly. Wang Yao, who was driving, nodded to himself. Zhong Luchuan, who was next to him, did indeed have a special talent in martial arts. His progress was very fast and steady. The key problem was that he knew his own ability and was not greedy. The car soon arrived at the mountain village. Zhong Luchuan got out of the car and walked home. As soon as he reached the door, he heard his sister's voice coming from inside. You're cheating. You're messing with the horse's legs. Someone is playing chess with his younger sister? He hurriedly pushed the door open and entered, only to see an unexpected fellow. Why are you here? Zhong Luchuan asked. I came to see you, Jia Zizai said with a smile. Oh, you've been drinking. I thought you never drank. You must be with Mr. Wang. You're too much. You went out to drink and left Anxin alone at home. Zhong Luchuan glanced around the house and saw the KFC family bucket on the Kong. I asked Anxin. She said she wanted to eat it, so I bought it for her. Children should eat less of this kind of food, Zhong Luchuan said. It's not good for the body to eat too much fried food. Oh, I know, brother. Come out, Wang Yao said to Jia Zizai. Okay, Anxin, wait for me. I'll play with you when I come back. Jia Zizai called her Anxin affectionately, as if she was his own sister. Who told you to come to my house? Zhong Luchuan's face changed as soon as he came out. He was very fierce. In his opinion, what had just happened had crossed his bottom line. At the same time, he was a little scared. If it had not been Jia Zizai but someone else, or if it had been another enemy, the consequences would have been unimaginable. Anxin, we are now in a cooperative relationship, Jia Zizai said seriously. Besides, I have always wanted to be apprenticed to a master. Although Mr. Wang has not agreed for the time being, I will not give up. Anxin is so cute. To be honest, I have always wanted a sister. I'd be a fool if I believed you, Zhong Luchuan said. Everything I said is true, Jia Zizai said. The sky can see, the sun and the moon can prove it. There is no sun or moon now. Zhong Luchuan's face was cold. Look at you. You need to change your attitude and view of me. We should have known each other long ago. We came from the same master and are fellow apprentices. Sai, how does master rank his disciples? Is it based on their actual ability, age, or the order of entry? Don't you think you are thinking too much? Well, let's get down to business, Jia Zizai said. Where is Mr. Wang? In the clinic. Well, I have something to talk to him about. By the way, let me finish the game with Anxin first. Jia Zizai happily went into the room. Anxin, shall we continue? Okay. Zhong Anxin clapped her hands happily. Uncle, you are playing dirty again. Oh, I didn't see it. In the end, Jia Zizai lost the game, but he was very happy. Let's go. I will come to play with you another day. Goodbye, uncle. Hey, am I that old? You should call me brother. Brother. Zhong Anxin turned to look at Zhong Luchuan. Just call me uncle, Zhong Luchuan said with a cold face. You are so old. Don't pretend to be young. Jia Zizai's face couldn't help but twitch twice after hearing this. He then smiled and waved at Zhong Anxin before leaving. Anxin, don't contact this person in the future, Zhong Luchuan said. Why? Brother, I think this uncle is very good. He said he is your friend. Hey, Anshin, remember what I told you, Zhong Luchuan said. You can't trust strangers. Well, he looks harmless. Maybe he is a bad guy. Next time, if he knocks on the door again, don't open the door for him. If I am not at home when he comes, call Sir or call the police. Zhong Luchuan talked to his sister like that. He wondered what Jia Zizai, who had just gone out, would think if she heard him. Sir. Well, why are you here? Recently, the chairman has been in the company in Dao, Zhong Luchuan said. The Japanese came again. They should have just negotiated a big deal. Okay, I see. Sir, this is a small gift. I hope you will accept it, Jia Zizai said. He took out an ancient book and put it in front of Wang Yao. Void flush scripture? Looking at the book, Wang Yao was slightly surprised. At first glance, he could tell it was old. Relatively speaking, it was not famous. He picked it up and read it carefully. Well, it is an antique. How much is it? Ah! Jia Zizai was stunned. I didn't spend any money. I gave it to Sir. Forget it. Thank you for your kindness. Wang Yao returned the book to Jia Zizai. TSK, Sir, it is just a small gift. I don't deserve it, Wang Yao said. I don't have any relationship with you. Strictly speaking, you should regard me as an enemy. I imprisoned you here for a period of time and made you suffer. To be honest, in the beginning I was resentful, Jia Zizai said. I even wanted to kill him, but later, I didn't have any of it. I really wanted to worship you as my master. Wang Yao smiled and waved his hand. I have read this Taoist scripture. It is a very good book. I suggest you read it when you have time. Take it back. Okay. Jia Zizai didn't insist after hearing that. He put away the ancient book that he had obtained with great difficulty. Is there anything else? No. Goodbye, sir. Take care. I won't see you out, Wang Yao said with a smile. After going out, Jia Zizai sighed softly. He really wanted to be Wang Yao's disciple, but he could also see that Wang Yao was very wary of him. He could understand. How do I make him believe that I'm sincere? This matter made him scratch his head. Not long after leaving the mountain village, he made a phone call. After 10 minutes, a car came to his side. He opened the door and got in. Did it go well? It was the beautiful woman in the car. I told him everything, but he obviously still didn't believe me. Do you really want to be his disciple? I have said that I really want to be his disciple, Jia Zizai said. Forget it. Let's find a way to do the first thing first. Did he agree to do it? Well, he should try, Jia Zizai said. I've already given him all the information. Will it work? It's either succeed or die trying, Jia Zizai said. I am always shackled like a dog. He lit a cigarette. When this is done, I will marry you. Let's find a place where no one knows us, and have many children. Jia Zizai took a puff of his cigarette and looked at the woman sitting next to him with an expression on his face. Okay, the woman replied softly. She was very gentle. Let's go back to Dao. There is a board meeting the day after tomorrow. Okay. The car quickly left the mountain village. In the clinic, Wang Yao was looking at the information that Jia Zizai had sent to him twice. It was mainly about one person, the chairman of their company. He had a very common name, Zhang Wei. It was said that this was the most common name in China. He looked like a man in his 40s. He was a little bald and wore a pair of glasses. He looked like an ordinary office worker. The information was about his fighting experience, but it was not detailed. Most of it was based on speculation because the people who fought with him were all dead. There was also what he had done recently. He had sold human organs. This was a heinous crime. Chapter 769. Is the board meeting the day after tomorrow? The reason why Wang Yao wanted to meet this person was that he wanted to know if the so-called superpowers that Jia Zizai and the others believed really had the kind of ability that ordinary people did not have. No one wanted to lick blood on the tip of a knife for a lifetime. Jia Zizai was tired. He wanted to live another life. The beautiful woman beside him was the same. In fact, they had long wanted to leave the company and had been preparing for it. However, the strength of the other party was too strong, so they could only endure. Now it was different. There was an opportunity, a big opportunity, so he naturally wanted to try it. "Sir, are you going to Dao for my matter?" Zhong Luchuan immediately came to Wang Yao after hearing the news. "Yes, I'm going to have a look and see the chairman of your company," Wang Yao said with a smile. "I'll go with you," Zhong Luchuan said without hesitation. "No, you stay in the mountain village. I can go alone. Don't worry, it won't be a problem." Wang Yao smiled and patted him on the shoulder. "I'm worried about them," Zhong Luchuan said. He did not trust Jia Zizai and Hu Mei very much. "It doesn't matter," Wang Yao said with a smile. "There can't be any problems in the village." "I see, sir," Zhong Luchuan said. "Okay, that's settled. I'll go to Dao tomorrow." "Do you need to bring anything?" "No, you don't need to bring anything." In the evening, when he returned home, he said goodbye to his parent. "You just came back. Are you going out again?" "I'm going to Dao," Wang Yao said. "It's not far. I have something to do." "Okay, be careful when you're alone," Zhang Xiuying reminded. "I know." The next morning, he drove off early. 2 hours later, he appeared in Dao City. He found a hotel, parked his car, and booked a room. Then, he took a taxi to the outside of the special company that Jia Zizai had mentioned. It was a trading company on the surface. This company, named 4 Seas Trading Company, wasn't particularly big. It was a 6-story building and looked quite old. There were a few cars parked in a small courtyard. The best one was a BMW 7 Series, which was the car of the chairman. The place where he lived was a famous villa area in Dao City. The people who lived there were either rich or noble. Wang Yao looked at the time and sent a message to Jia Zizai. "They're here?" Jia Zizai, who was not in the company, was stunned. Not long after, he drove to the company. His car was an Audi A6, which could be seen everywhere in Dao City. Wang Yao went to a nearby coffee shop and ordered a cup of coffee. "I'm going out." About an hour later, he received a text message from an unknown number. Then, he walked out of the cafe. Suddenly, a car stopped beside him. "Hello, Manager Jia arranged for me to serve you." The car window rolled down. Inside was a young man wearing sunglasses. Wang Yao didn't say much. He opened the door and sat in the back seat. "Follow the BMW. Don't be discovered." "Don't worry, no problem." There were many cars in Dao City. Director Zhang drove to a very high-end health club after a few turns. "That club is membership-based. Non-members can't enter." "Okay, you can go." "Yes." The man drove away decisively. After getting out of the car, Wang Yao made a phone call. Not long after, Hao drove to the club. "Sir, why are you here?" Hao was a little surprised. "I want to go in. This is membership-based." Wang Yao pointed to the club. "Wait a moment." Hao took out a dark gold card. "Sir, you can spend whatever you want inside." "Well, okay, thank you." "You're welcome." Wang Yao took the VIP card and went directly into the health club. The decoration was very elegant. It had a Japanese style. After entering, a beautiful young waiter guided Wang Yao and asked him what service he needed. The inside was all private rooms. It was very secretive. "It's a little troublesome." "Huh?" He suddenly saw a Japanese. It was him. In the information provided by Jia Zizai, he had seen the man's photo. The man entered a private room. Here. He chose an adjacent private room. It was the first time he had come to such a place. Wang Yao was a little confused. "You go out first," he said to the waiter. Okay, if you need anything, call me at any time, the beautiful girl said. The sound insulation of the private room was very good. No sound from next door could be heard. Wang Yao stretched out his finger and gently pierced it in an inconspicuous place on the wall. A small hole appeared on the wall. There's a sound. The sound was very soft, but with Wang Yao's extraordinary hearing, he could hear it clearly. How's it going? I need more test subject. How many? 9. There was a short silence. Wait for my news. Okay. Cough, cough, cough. Someone was coughing. This person is sick and he's very sick. However, from the cough, Wang Yao could tell that the patient's lungs were injured, and the injury was very serious. Zhang San, you have to take care of your body. Take care of your body. I'm lucky to be alive now. The voice was hoarse. His breath was unstable. His body was weak. I still have to persuade Zhang San, another person said. He should go back to his sect for help. It's not shameful to bow down for his life and health. If I go back, it's not a matter of shame. I may lose my life. Sect? Wang Yao was slightly startled. The chairman was a person with a strong background. There was a short silence in the room next door. Wang Yao leaned on the sofa. He was not in a hurry. Buzz, buzz, the sound of the mobile phone vibrating. Hello, this is. Okay, I got it. Musashi, you enjoy yourself here. I have something to do. I have to go out for a while. Okay. After the chairman finished speaking, he left. Wang Yao hesitated and did not follow him out. Instead, he continued to wait. Soon, the voice of a young girl came from the room next door. After a while, Musashi was not satisfied. He called in another person. This health club. Wang Yao sighed. When Musashi came out of the private room, he walked with a slight flutter. He did not notice that someone was following him. After Wang Yao came out, he found that Hao was still waiting for him outside. Follow that man. Musashi Kojiro? Hao shouted the man's name. Are you investigating him? Well, do you know him? I've met him. He's a businessman from Dongying. He's engaged in import and export, mainly medicine, Hao said. The Sun family has dealings with him. Is he a law-abiding businessman? What do you mean? I don't mean anything. Wang Yao shook his head, but Hao kept it in mind. Does he have a residence in Dao? Yes, he has a house in a high-end community. Let's go and have a look. After hearing that, Hao drove him to the outside of the residential area and saw that Musashi's car had just driven in not long ago. What is Yunxing doing? He's in the company. Is he free now? If you go, of course he's free. Okay, let's go and see him. Okay. The place where the two of them met was not the Sun family's company, but a nearby club opened by the Sun family. You came to Dao for something, Musashi Kojiro, Sun Yunxing said. Should I investigate him? I've arranged for how to do it. Is there any problem with him? There is a problem. Did he offend you? Sun Yunxing's words were straightforward and straightforward. Well, how should I put it? He didn't offend me directly. Let's see what he did first, Wang Yao said. Well, are you free tonight? Sun Yunxing asked. Tonight, well, I have other things to do. Wang Yao thought for a moment. How many days are you going to stay here? Not necessarily. It depends on the situation, Wang Yao said. Okay. After chatting with Sun Yunxing for a while, he left. It didn't take long for Hao to come to the club. How is it? He's in the business of reselling human organs. What? Sun Yunxing frowned after hearing that. How long has it been? Who is he working with? His tone was very unhappy. This matter was beyond his expectations. After all, the company represented by Musashi still had cooperation with the other party. Could it be that the other party was using the Sun family's influence in Dao City to do this? The more he thought about it, the more likely it was. Chapter 770. Is it him personally or the company behind him? According to the information we got, it has something to do with the pharmaceutical company behind him, Hao said. Their Sun family was the richest family in Dao City, and also the biggest controller of the underground forces in Dao City. If they wanted to inquire about something, they would know very quickly. They hadn't paid attention to these things before. Now, he was worried that if this matter was exposed, it would involve the Sun family and be used as a pretext to attack them. This was a critical moment. What about the source of the organs? It's mainly the hospital and some innocent people. Innocent? There are beggars in Dao. A body was found a few days ago. It was dismembered, but the main organs were missing. Why wasn't it reported? Sun Yunxing was shocked. This was a big deal. It was suppressed by someone. Who is it? Deputy Mayor Lin. The reason is that a leader just came to inspect the city and affirmed the work of Dao City. It's not appropriate to have an accident now. Humph. Sun Yunxing snorted. I want to know who's behind this as soon as possible, Sun Yunxing said. Understood. Sir should be here for this matter, but how did he know? The sky gradually darkened and night fell. Zhong Luchuan and Hu Mei were eating in a Western restaurant. Where did Sir go? I don't know. The chairman is still in the company? Yeah, he leaves very late every day. Have you noticed that something's not quite right with him recently? Something is wrong. What is it? Hu Mei asked. People say that a woman's intuition is the sharpest. Didn't you notice that the way he walked was a little strange? Footwork. Hu Mei frowned after hearing it. I didn't notice that. To be honest, I might not even see him once a week. Pay more attention in the future. My heart is all on you, Hu Mei said with a smile, her charming eyes like silk. Oh, I'm so touched. You're so annoying. Time to eat. It was rare for the two of them to be so affectionate. Soon, it was 9 o'clock at night. The chairman of the Sihai Trading Company was the last to leave the company. He drove his car back to his home in Dao City. In one of the villa areas in Dao City. He parked the car in the garage and was about to leave when he suddenly smelled a strange fragrance. It smells so good. Not good. He sensed something and hurriedly held his breath, but it was too late. His whole body was dizzy and he fell to the ground with a thud. Didn't they say they were experts and ability users? How could they be defeated so easily? Wang Yao walked out from the corner. He thought to himself, isn't this too simple? His breathing was steady, and his body was slightly tense. This didn't seem like the symptoms of poisoning. Wang Yao slowly approached the man. Chairman Zhang, who was lying on the ground, suddenly jumped up. He was as agile as a leopard pouncing on its prey. Interesting. At this moment, Wang Yao felt a strong aura from this man in his 40s. Breaking air fist. He punched out formally. A punch pierced through the air. The person who had leapt into the air was suddenly sent flying. Then, he slammed into the wall behind him with a thud. Kacha, a large area of cracks appeared on the wall. Cough, cough, cough. He spat out a mouthful of blood. Wang Yao smelled a special smell of medicine on the man's body. Are you still taking medicine? Cough, cough, cough. The man on the ground kept coughing. He felt that there was no trace of strength in his body. Even breathing was difficult. It was a very lazy feeling. Who are you? Why don't you guess? Wang Yao replied playfully. Chairman Zhang, right? That's me. An old friend of yours asked me to come over and say hello to you, Wang Yao said with a smile. He wants to know when you are going to pay off the debt you owe. Great people have short memories. Wang Yao waved his hand casually. Chairman Zhang fainted directly. He carefully checked the man's body. Hey, it's a little strange. He felt that the man was a little strange, but he couldn't tell what was strange about him. Just lie here for now. He didn't take the man out. Instead, he directly put him into a coma with a special method. Then, He took the key from the man's body and directly entered the man's home. With a bang, the violent explosion directly turned the entire villa into a ruin. All of this happened less than 2 minutes after Wang Yao went in. Such an explosion was too shocking and too obvious on such a night. The windows of the nearby residents' houses were shattered. They were so scared that they came out of their houses. Then, they saw the houses were still burning. What's going on? The fire truck arrived quickly. It took a few hours to put out the fire. They found a charred body in the ruins of the villa. The preliminary judgment was that the body belonged to the owner of the villa. As for the cause of the explosion, it was still under investigation. What? The chairman's villa exploded? That night, almost all the people on the board of directors received the news in the shortest time. Where is the chairman? There is no news at the moment. It is said that a burned body was found in the villa. The preliminary judgment is that it is the owner of the villa. Is he dead? How is that possible? He is a cat. He has several lives. He is suspicious by nature, like a fox. How can he die so easily? In a building by the sea in Dao, is he dead? Hu Mei whispered in Jia Zizai's arms. Impossible. How can he die so easily? Jia Zizai looked at the text message on his mobile phone and searched for the news on the internet. What a coincidence! Could it be? Hu Mei stopped before she could finish her words. It's not the first time he faked his death. I'm worried about something else. Sir? Hu Mei didn't speak. She just moved her lips. Well, don't suspect us when the time comes and do a big purge like last time, Jia Zizai said as he lit a cigarette. The sky gradually brightened. Most people in Dao didn't know that a big event had happened in Dao last night. Exploded. Yes, last night a body was found. It is suspected to be Chairman Zhang's. I see. You can go out first. A short man frowned and looked out of the floor-to-ceiling window. Zhang Jun, what's the matter with you? On the beach, the sea breeze was quite strong and whistling. A young man was practicing boxing. His movements looked very relaxed. After practicing for a while, he walked along the beach. Ring. It was a strange phone call. Hello, Wang Yao said. Sir, are you all right? I'm fine. What's the matter? Last night, there was an explosion in Zhang Wei's villa. I'm a little worried, Jia Zizai on the other end of the phone said. Oh, it's all right. Wang Yao smiled. Last night, when the villa exploded, he happened to be in the villa. However, his reaction was very fast. He instantly protected his body with vigor and broke out of the wall. At the moment of the explosion, he rushed out of the villa and avoided the nearby cameras. It sounded very easy, but the danger was not known to outsiders. If it were other people, they would have been a burnt body. Your chairman is a cunning person with 3 burrows. Wang Yao could feel it. After the explosion, he was very sure that the person who drove back was just a substitute. Wang Yao had not seen Zhang Wei in person. He only knew him through photos, so he could not tell the difference between the substitute and the real person. However, the substitute was also somewhat skilled. He was very good at kung fu and could resist the effect of the bone-softening fragrance. This alone made Wang Yao very confused. There was also the unique smell of medicine on his body. It was the smell of Chinese medicine, which he was very familiar with. Yes, he is as cunning as a fox and as lucky as a cat. He has 9 lives. So, such things have happened before. Yes, he also faked his death. He used it to find out the mole and then wiped out the company. Good method, Wang Yao said with a smile. Sir, shall we meet? No, you are in the light and he is in the dark. Find a way to determine his real body. I am more and more interested in this person, Wang Yao said. Okay, I'll do it as soon as possible. On the other end of the phone, Jia Zizai hung up and threw a mobile phone directly into the sewer. Chapter 771. How is he? Hu Mei asked. He's fine. That's good. They didn't know the situation at the time. They were just worried that Wang Yao was injured. After all, he was the key to the success of the plan. Who is the dead man? I don't know. Maybe it's his substitute, Jia Zizai said. Is there a substitute? It's very possible. Maybe the person we usually contact in the company may not be him. Jia Zizai suddenly came up with a very bold assumption. How is that possible? We often see each other. If it's not him, how can we not find out? A substitute pays attention to the word resemblance, Jia Zizai said, to the extent that it's difficult to distinguish the real person from the fake. Otherwise, it wouldn't be called a substitute. It would be an actor. What about his skills? Of course, you can't learn everything, but you can't be completely clueless. Otherwise, you'll easily be exposed. Besides, with the current status of the chairman and the tyrannical measures he used to take, who would doubt him? Every day, he comes late, leaves at night, stays in his office, or goes out to see no one. Actually, if you wash up and do the math, we really do see him often. Once or twice a week, at most. That is to say, our chairman may not be in the company at all. The people we see these days are his substitute? It's completely possible, Jia Zizai said. But the substitute should be dead now. Mr. Wang is still very effective. We haven't found this problem before, Jia Zizai said. He's really an old fox. But where is he now? Somewhere in Dao City, on a hill near the sea, a man with a baseball cap stood there, looking at the sea nearby, lost in thought. Where did this strange person come from? He sighed for no reason. He's really here. Ah, I didn't think it through. I can't believe you found him. The man in the cap sighed softly. Last night, your house was blown up, but you were here looking at the sea. What a good state of mind. What should I do? Call the police and let them know that I'm still alive? Who is it? He's an expert. You know that substitute of mine. Although he's not as strong as me, he's still a top-notch expert. But in front of him, he was defeated in one move. I don't think I can do that. And what he said. What is it? Let me pay my debt. Debt? What debt do you owe? I owe a lot of debts. How would I know who invited him? The man in the hat said. Is there any movement in the company? On the surface, it's calm and peaceful, but underneath, it's turbulent. Everyone is investigating whether you're really dead, and if you're not dead, where are you now? These people are really restless. Don't you know what they're thinking? They can't wait for you to die. If I die, they won't have an easy time either. Keep those things safe for me. Don't worry. If anything happens, it will be exposed immediately. That's good. Splash. The waves crashed against the rocks. Cough, cough, cough. The man in the baseball cap kept coughing. You should go back and have a look. Go back? You also persuade me to go back. I'll be dead if I go back. The man took out a bottle of medicine from his pocket. He poured out a few pills and took them. You're getting worse and worse. I know that, the man in the baseball cap said. Japanese people are unreliable, the man in the baseball cap said. They're not my people. I'm just using them. The man in the baseball cap took a few deep breaths. You're in charge of the experiment subjects. Get it done as soon as possible. Okay, I got it. If there's nothing else, go back quickly. Keep an eye on the company for me. Got it. The man left. After walking for a while, he went down the mountain. He got into his car and drove into the city. After making several turns, he entered a tea house. Manager Lee, you're very busy. In the tea house, someone had been waiting for him. Well, TSK, you're really something. You met the chairman behind our backs. So, you're a spy he arranged between us, right? Well, don't make it sound so bad. I'm just trying to survive, the man with the surname Lee said after pouring himself a cup of tea. Hey, are you two timing? You're a double agent. You're in a tight spot. Jia Zizai, I think it's a miracle that you're still alive now. Hey, you're so angry. Drink some tea. What do you think about the matter I mentioned last time? Nothing much, the man in the baseball cap said. I'll tell you the truth. The chairman's wisdom is definitely much higher than yours and mine. He may give the thing he gave me to a third or fourth person, but these people may not be the most reliable. In the end, he will give it to the most reliable person. Who? How would I know? The man took a sip of tea. Since you said so, we have no other way? For the time being, I don't recommend taking action, the man in the baseball cap said. Where is the chairman now? I don't know. Really? The man in the baseball cap asked. Of course, it's true. Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you, the man in the baseball cap said. Think about it. I just met with him. If you went to see him, wouldn't it be obvious that I'm a traitor? Well, we can't just let it go, the man in the baseball cap said. We've been preparing for several years. This is finally an opportunity. It would be a pity if we missed it. What? Maybe it's a trap set by him? It doesn't look like it, Jiazazai said. The man in front of him had something to hide from him. Naturally, he wouldn't reveal his biggest trump card. A master has come to Tao, the man in the baseball cap said. How powerful? Jiazazai poured a cup of tea for the man in the baseball cap. More powerful than the chairman, the man in the baseball cap said. How do you know? The chairman said it himself. How can it be false? Well, it's hard to say if it's him. Jiazazai lit a cigarette. Tell me the truth. Don't you want to rebel? Then I'll tell you the truth. If I didn't want to rebel, would I come here to see you? Oh. Jiazazai shook his head. You, who may, have two vote. As for me, I'm just one person. Do you think I don't know what happened between you and Lao Du? In this special company of theirs, a few of the directors had formed cliques and cliques to draw circles. Well, let's stop here. Your son's illness hasn't recovered yet, and it's getting worse and worse. The man who just got up heard Jiazazai's words and sat down again. What do you mean? I know a person who can cure your son's illness. That's impossible, the man in the baseball cap said. I took him to 7 countries. All the top doctors said he didn't have long to live. All the methods were just delaying his death. In that case, you might as well give it a try, Jiazazai said. Where's the doctor? That depends on your attitude. After Jiazazai finished speaking, he got up and walked outside. You know the consequences of lying to me. Of course, you still have something on me, right? Jiazazai said with a smile. Chapter 772. One day later, Wang Yao was thinking about what to do next in the hotel. He had received news from Jiazazai and confirmed that Chairman Zhang Wei was fine. The person who lost the ability to resist and died in the explosion was not Zhang Wei, but a substitute. Zhang Wei was now hiding in a corner of Dao, quietly watching the situation and preparing to find the person behind the scenes. A substitute, interesting. This chairman has too many thoughts, thought Wang Yao. No wonder Jiazazai and Hu Mei are afraid of him. I'll stay for 2 more days. If there is no progress, I'll go back the day after tomorrow. Wang Yao made the decision. That night, it rained in Dao. A typhoon was approaching, and the wind and waves were high on the beach. What a strong wind! Wang Yao took an umbrella out of the hotel and took a taxi to the beach. Boom! The waves crashed against the reef, making a loud noise. Before getting out of the car, the kind taxi driver did not forget to kindly remind Wang Yao, "Young man, don't stay at the beach for too long at this time. The typhoon is coming. The sea breeze is strong and the waves are high. It's dangerous." "I know, thank you." Wang Yao smiled and waved his hand. "Ah, young man, what is he doing at the beach at this time? The wind is so strong." People who often went to the beach knew that when a typhoon came, the wind and waves were high. Very few people went to the beach. Most of them stayed at home to avoid the wind. "The wind is strong, good." Wang Yao stood at the beach and quietly looked at the waves. At this time, there should be a boat going out to sea and riding the wind and wave. But where could there be a boat? Wang Yao looked around. It was rare to have such a nature. He should give it a try. After all, this kind of weather was not something that could be found but not sought. Ah, found it. He found a tree that had been blown down by the strong wind. It was about 30 centimeters in diameter. It's you. Wang Yao came in front of the tree. He grabbed the tree with one hand and pulled it up by the root. I'm sorry. I'll use half of your body. Using his palm as a blade, he slashed down. With a cracking sound, the tree was cut in half. It couldn't be more fragile. Then, with a few swishes, the branches on the tree trunk were all cut down at an extremely fast speed. Not long after, the entire tree became a barren commander without an army. Alright. Hey, what is that person doing? A driver on the side of the road vaguely saw a person busy at the seaside through the storm. Let's go quickly. It's raining heavily. No one would have thought that the man would have such a crazy idea. Go away. Wang Yao suddenly threw the 3-meter-long tree trunk into the sea. Then he jumped up and landed on the tree trunk. The waves rolled and lifted the log towards the shore. Let's go. Wang Yao suddenly waved his hand in the opposite direction, and his feet firmly fixed the log under his feet. Then, the log headed towards the sea. His hands continuously moved behind him, and the log became faster and faster, riding the wind and breaking the waves as it rushed towards the sea. There was strong wind, heavy rain, and big waves all around. As far as the eye could see, it was a vast expanse. It was getting further and further away from the shore behind him. Wang Yao was not afraid at all. Instead, he became more and more heroic. This was the real world. The wind was gentle and the sun was bright. The picturesque mountains and rivers were the world. The wind was strong and the waves were high. The thunder and rain were also the world. Ah! Wang Yao raised his head and laughed. Normally, he would never do this. There were too many people at the seaside. It was too shocking for him to do this. One person stepped on a log and entered the sea. Moreover, he was in such a hurry. However, his clothes and shoes did not get wet at all. This was simply like a god descending to the mortal world. It was comparable to the legendary Dharma crossing the river on a reed. It's so cool. At this time, the wind and waves were so strong that even the ships had all entered the harbor to take shelter. Therefore, on the sea, there was no ship as far as the eye could see. There was only wind, rain, and seagulls. Cool. Wang Yao galloped in the wind and waves to his heart's content. He stood on the log and practiced chi boxing. The gang chi around his body was mighty and unstoppable. He punched out one punch after another without the slightest restraint. His punches broke through the air and directly broke the wind and wave. What a strong wind and waves! At this time, on a hill in Dao, there was another person standing in the wind and rain. The wind and rain are so strong. Why are you here? It's precisely because of the wind and rain that I'm here. Those people are watching very closely during the day. Someone can't wait anymore. Soon. How is Li Feng? He's quite honest and rarely interacts with those people. He's mainly accompanying his son. Listen to him carefully. He must have some ideas. Yes. After the wind and waves, it will be sunny. Yes. In the sea, Wang Yao, who had been moving around for a while, urged the log under his feet to move toward the shore. The waves are so big. At this time, he was not the only one at the seaside. Looking at the wind and waves, there were also some people who had strange hobbies. Look, is there a person there? Who is it? Look there. Hey, there is really a person standing on the sea. Damn, that's awesome. How did he do it? Let's go and have a look. The two of them, wearing raincoats, braved the heavy rain and strong wind, headed toward the seaside. When they arrived at the seaside, all they saw was a log that was drifting along with the wave. Where is he? Could he have been standing on this log just now? One of them stared at the log on the sea. Impossible, how could anyone stand on it? At this time, Wang Yao was already on his way to the hotel. Are you going to see him at this time? This is the right time to go. The wind and rain will last for a while. Jiao Zizai looked at the wind and rain outside. Go early and come back early. Okay, got it. He went out of the house with an umbrella. Sir, sorry to disturb you. He finally got through to Wang Yao and asked to meet him. What's the matter? Wang Yao asked with a smile. He had been very carefree on the sea just now. His mood was also consciously much better. Then Jiao Zizai told Wang Yao some of his thoughts. Li Feng is also a director? Yes, it seems that he has been very trusted by the chairman. Seems? The chairman is always on guard against everyone. To be honest, I don't know if there is anyone he truly trusts. What's his son's illness? The illness is in his lungs. His lungs have all rotted. Rotted? Wang Yao was a little surprised to hear that. Is he still alive? Not all of them have rotted. He found an expert and asked for a strange medicine to keep him alive. What expert? Chapter 773. I don't know the details, Li Yao said. I only know that he is in the south, but it took him a long time to get the decoction. The south? Wang Yao immediately thought of the eccentric king pharmacist. Okay, I'll meet him. Wang Yao was in a very good mood, so he agreed. Okay, I'll make an appointment with him. Jiao Zizai left in the wind and rain. Did he agree? Wang Yao asked. Yes, but it's not convenient where you live. You're being watched all day, Li Yao said. Let me think of a way, Li Feng said. If it doesn't work, I'll drive Xiaoming to see him. Okay, let me know when you see him. The wind and rain were still the same. Wang Yao stood in front of the glass window and looked at the sky outside. Well, the wind and rain should continue for a while. Ring, ring, ring. His phone suddenly rang. Xiaoxue, Wang Yao said. Sir, my brother is injured. It's very dangerous. Can you come and save him? Su Xiaoxue was very anxious. Don't worry, tell me slowly. Where is he now? He's in Jing, Su Xiaoxue said. I'll be there right away. Wang Yao looked at the sky outside. In such weather, the high-speed rail and planes in Dao were probably going to be suspended. He checked out of the room and went to the airport. Sure enough, due to the bad weather, the planes had been suspended. He asked around and found the high-speed rail had also been suspended. It's really troublesome. Wang Yao looked at the time and searched on the internet. He took a taxi from Dao to the nearest city, Wei. The weather there was worse, and there was a high-speed rail directly to Jing. He arrived at the best hospital in Jing. Song Ruiping looked at her son lying in the hospital bed. She was very anxious. Beside the bed were two old men. Su Zhixing's face was strangely blue and black. His breathing was very weak. Dr. Chen, Dr. Li, what's wrong with Zhixing? Song Ruiping asked. The gunshot wound almost hurt his lungs, Li Xingrong said. That's easy to deal with. The real fatal wound is the knife wound in his abdomen. There's deadly poison on the blade. Is there no cure? Song Ruiping asked. I've never seen this poison, Song Ruiping said. How did he get poisoned? Chen Zhouchuan asked. I was on a mission at the border. I exchanged fire with foreign armed forces in the jungle and got injured, Song Ruiping said simply. His son had just been transferred to a hospital here. He could not be treated in Dianan, so he was transported directly by military plane. He's not the only one injured. TSK, that's troublesome. This poison might be foreign. We've never seen it before. Oh right, hurry up and invite Wang Yao to Beijing. I've told Xiao Shui. She should be on her way here now. Then we'll think of a way to keep him alive. Sorry to trouble you. You're welcome. As she spoke, Su Xiaoxue hurried into her room. After receiving the call, she immediately called Wang Yao and asked for leave to come over. Mom, Grandpachin, Grandpali, how is my brother? The situation is not good. It's very dangerous, Song Ruiping said. I've called Mr. Wang. He's in Dao. There's a typhoon there now. The wind turbines and high-speed trains have been suspended. I called him on the way here. He's on his way to Wei and will take the high-speed train from there. In that case, it will take a long time, Li Xingrong said. Wait. Song Ruiping pondered for a moment and went out to make a phone call. Can you call Wang Yao and tell him to stop here? Someone will pick him up, Song Ruiping came back and said. Okay. About an hour after Wang Yao received the call from Su Xiaoxue, he stopped the car after getting off the highway. A soldier was waiting on the side of the road. Hello, I'm Wang Yao said. Hello, please get in the car. The soldier quickly picked up Wang Yao and took him to a nearby unit. What's this? Wang Yao was stunned. A military helicopter was waiting there, ready to take off. In Wei, the wind and rain were not light. After Wang Yao got in the helicopter, it flew directly into the sky and then headed straight for Beijing. In the hospital in Beijing, beep, 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 the instrument next to the bed suddenly rang. The medical staff entered the room almost immediately and began to work. Song Ruiping next to him looked very worried. Not good. Chen Lao checked his pulse and his face changed greatly. What's wrong, Chen Lao? Song Ruiping's face also changed. Chen Zhouchuan didn't have time to talk. He looked at Li Rong, and the two of them took out gold needles at the same time. The gold needles pierced into the acupoints. The doctors next to them took the initiative to cooperate. They knew the identity of the two old men. I'm afraid we can't stabilize it for a while, the two old men said. This poison is too strong. In their opinion, it was a miracle that Su Zhixing, who was lying in the hospital bed, was still alive. If it weren't for the Su family, he would have died on the spot. Beep, beep. The instrument alarm rang again. This time, even the two old men were so anxious that they were sweating profusely. Not good. Chen Zhouchuan's heart skipped a beat. The poison was too strong. They didn't have a clear way to control it. They had only prepared general detoxification drugs to protect his internal organs, but it was only temporary. Now, it seemed that they couldn't even solve the urgent problem. It seemed that Su Zhixing was dying. Where is he? Hey sir, where are you? My brother can't hold on any longer. Su Xiaoxue was so anxious that she cried. I'm in the helicopter. Wang Yao heard Su Xiaoxue crying. He was also very anxious, but he couldn't fly there all of a sudden. Right. An idea flashed through his mind. Xiaoxue, don't cry, Wang Yao said. Do you remember the pill I gave you? Yes, I remember, Su Xiaoxue said. Give it to your brother right away. He should be able to hold on until I get there, Wang Yao said. After confirming his relationship with Su Xiaoxue, Wang Yao gave her some small gifts. A pharmacist's order, a small brocade bag with miasma grass, which could protect her from mosquitoes, and a very precious elixir, which was called prolongation elixir. It was made of ginseng, glossy ganoderma, angelica, moonlight, shanjing, guiyuan, ziu, taimei, and more than a dozen other precious herbs. There were only a dozen of them, and he gave them to his closest family members. One of them was given to Su Xiaoxue. The prolongation pill could prevent death and prolong life. Okay, I got it, Su Xiaoxue said to her mother after hanging up the phone. She then hurried home. She had kept the pill at home. Let Chu Lian go with you, Song Ruiping hurriedly said when she saw her daughter was a little nervous. Please hold on a little longer, Su Xiaoxue said. Okay, Song Ruiping said. Chu Lian drove very fast. At this time, the traffic in the capital was a bit crowded. Fortunately, the distance between the hospital and the Su family's house was not particularly far. Soon, they arrived home, took the pills and rushed to the hospital. Beep, beep, beep. The medical equipment kept beeping, indicating that the patient on the bed was in a dangerous state. At this time, Su Zhixing had one foot in the door of hell. The other foot could follow at any time. Chen Zhouchuan and Li Xingrong basically used all their skills. They were medical masters, but they were not immortals. There were some diseases that they could not cure. With a bang, the door was directly knocked open. "It's here." Su Xiaoxue came to the bed and carefully poured the pill out of the white porcelain bottle. Suddenly, the unique smell of medicine filled the whole ward. "It's that medicine." Seeing the pill again, Chen Zhouchuan was shocked. He had seen the pill before. It was still fresh in his memory. A pill had forcibly pulled a dying person back from the line of life and death. The person who took the pill last time was Su Xiaoxue, who was like a fairy. This time, it was her brother. Su Zhixing took the pill. After a short while, the medical equipment stopped sounding the alarm. The danger was temporarily lifted. After a while, the physical parameters displayed on the equipment seemed to have returned to normal. "What?" Li Xingrong was stunned. He reached out to check Su Zhixing's pulse. His face changed greatly. He was full of shock. "How is this possible?" "What's wrong, Dr. Li?" Song Ruiping hurriedly asked. It's okay," Li Xingrong said. "Zhixing should be able to hold on until Wang Yao arrives." That's good," Song Ruiping said. Chapter 774. After hearing that, Song Ruiping's heart that was hanging in the air temporarily calmed down. "What a magical pill!" Li Xingrong exclaimed. Just now, he had tested the pulse of Su Zhixing, who was lying on the hospital bed. 10 minutes ago, his pulse had been like a fish swimming in the water. It was clearly a sign of an exhausted pulse. But now, after a short while, his pulse had magically stabilized. What kind of medicine could save a dying person? Even the legendary elixirs could not be better than this. "Well, his life is saved for the time being," Chen Zhouchuan said after checking Su Zhixing's pulse. "This pill has protected his internal organs," Chen Zhouchuan said. "He is fine for the time being." "Thank you for your trouble," Song Ruiping said. Song Ruiping hurriedly said. Since the two elders had said so, it meant that her son was fine for the time being. She also knew that if it weren't for the two elders' timely help today, her son would have died long ago. He wouldn't have been able to hold on until the arrival of the pill. She would remember this kindness in her heart. "Now we just have to wait." This time, it wasn't just old Chen and old Li who were shocked. The medical staff, who were helping in the room, were also shocked. Just a moment ago, they saw that the patient was about to die. They were so nervous that they were about to die. How could he immediately be saved after taking a pill? What a miraculous medicine! "Did you see what happened just now?" a doctor asked. "Yes, I saw it." "What kind of pill is that?" a nurse asked. "I'm also curious. Do you know?" "Don't say what you shouldn't say, and don't ask what you shouldn't ask," Chen Zhouchuan said. "Let me remind you first. What you saw just now should be buried in your stomach. Don't tell anyone. Don't forget their identity." "Got it," the two nurses hurriedly said. They also knew that the patient's identity was special. Since he was hospitalized, all the leaders of the hospital had come over. Whether they were in this department or not, whether they were in charge or not, whether they could help or not, it was enough to show that this person's family background was extraordinary. "Old man, do you want to go out and get some fresh air?" Li Xingrong asked Chen Zhouchuan to come out of the ward. The two of them went to the window in the corridor. At this time, the night wind was a little cold. When it blew on their bodies, it instantly woke them up. "That was really dangerous just now?" Li Xingrong asked. "It was indeed dangerous," Chen Zhouchuan said. "Have you seen that pill before?" "I've seen it before. Back then, Little Snow's life was hanging by a thread. Wang Yao used this pill to pull her back from the gates of hell. That scene is still fresh in my memory. I never thought I'd see it again today." "What's the name of the pill?" "I don't know. It's so miraculous. I'm afraid it can't be easily refined, right? What are you thinking about? Chen Zhouchuan looked at Li Xingrong. If it can be popularized, it will definitely be able to save many people. I heard him say that this pill is extremely difficult to refine. He also spent a lot of effort, but he only managed to refine a few pills. I think he should have used up most of them. What a pity! Right, what happened to that warrior? This time, it was not only Su Zhixing who had been sent to the capital. 2 soldiers had also been sent to the capital. One had a gunshot wound, and the other had been poisoned. Their symptoms were similar to his, but slightly lighter because the wound was in the leg. Unlike Su Zhixing, who had a knife wound in his abdomen, the poison had directly invaded his internal organs. It's definitely not optimistic. As they were talking, a doctor rushed into the next ward. Let's go and have a look, Chen Zhouchuan said. The 2 old men followed him into the ward. There was a young warrior lying on the bed. He was only in his 20s. His face was the same as Su Zhixing's. His breathing was very weak. He was like a candle in the wind that could be extinguished at any time. He's in danger. Chen Zhouchuan knew the situation was not good. Old man, please help him. The Western doctor had injected a strong drug. The 2 old men immediately used acupuncture to stimulate the patient's vitality so that he would not die immediately. Phew, almost. The 2 old men breathed a sigh of relief. The plane should be flying very fast, right? The helicopter was flying fast, but the distance between Wei and Jing was not short. Even if it flew at full speed, it would still take several hours. The process was very long, especially for those who were waiting. It was even more so for the unconscious patient who could die at any time. It's so slow. Song Ruiping sighed softly. Mom, my brother will be fine, Su Xiaoxue whispered. Okay. The sky gradually darkened. Since taking the prolongation pill, Su Zhixing's physical signs had been relatively stable. There was no sign of deterioration. I'm here. Wang Yao arrived in Jing. After landing at a military airport, a special car was waiting for him. He hurried to the hospital. Beep, beep, beep. The monitoring equipment kept beeping in the ward. The medical staff was busy. The patient on the bed suddenly became short of breath. Beep, beep, beep. The curve representing the heart rate became a straight line. There were no fluctuations. Prepare to electrocute him, quick! Ring. Buzz. Sir! I'm downstairs, Wang Yao said. Auntie Lian is downstairs. I'll call her right away, Su Xiaoxue said. Su Xiaoxue said over the phone. They had already arranged for someone to wait for Wang Yao downstairs. I see him, Wang Yao said. The elevator was going up. Sir, you're finally here. After seeing Wang Yao, Su Xiaoxue was completely relieved. Since Sir is here, my brother can be saved, she thought. That was what she thought. She trusted Wang Yao unconditionally, almost blindly. Dr. Chen, Dr. Li. You're finally here. The 2 old people also showed a rare smile. Auntie. Hey, take a look at Zhixing. Wang Yao didn't say much. He directly checked Zhixing's pulse. What a strong poison. He sighed. It is indeed strong, Li Xingrong said. The poison spread throughout the body. It was very strong and destroyed the body's functions. Fortunately, he took the medicine in time. The prolongation pill was indeed magical. Wang Yao felt that even if he had come a day later, Zhixing would have been fine. Wait for me to decoct an antidote for him, Wang Yao said. Although the poison was strong, it was not difficult for him. There were more than a dozen licorice roots in the system. Among them was the detoxification herb, which could cure hundreds of poisons. At that moment, a doctor entered the ward. Mrs. Song, the soldier in the next ward, didn't make it. I'm sorry. There was silence. No one spoke. Just now? Wang Yao looked up and asked. Yes, just now. I'll go take a look. He immediately got up. Brother Su is fine for the time being. You don't have to worry. He didn't forget to leave these words to comfort them. In the next ward, the soldier lying on the bed had stopped breathing. There was no heartbeat. A nurse was gently wiping her tears and preparing to remove the medical equipment beside the bed. He could still be saved. Wang Yao stepped to the bedside. In an instant, there were a few more silver needles in his hand. Then, there were a few more silver needles on the soldier's body. This time, his speed was extremely fast. The golden needles pierced the acupoints and transferred qi into the soldier's body. He channeled his mellow inner breath into the other party's body. Then, he took out a white porcelain bottle from his pocket and poured out a pill from it. The smell of the pill assailed his nostrils. He opened the patient's mouth and directly put it in. Then, with a pat and a push, the pill went into the soldier's stomach. It's the same pill as just now. The two old men behind him looked at each other. After the pill entered the soldier's stomach, Wang Yao's hands moved quickly. They quickly moved around the soldier's body, following the meridians and acupoints all over the soldier's body. He used a special method to stimulate the soldier's body. Beep, beep, beep. The medical monitoring equipment at the side rang again. There's a heartbeat. There's a heartbeat. The nurse at the side saw the situation and shouted in surprise. Then, she hurriedly ran out. After a while, the attending doctor followed in and saw a scene that he would never forget for the rest of his life. The heart of the soldier, who he had just judged to be dead, started to beat again. His body moved up and down slightly. He regained his breath. He was alive again. This is a miracle. He looked at the young man who was still sitting by the bed and treating the soldier with disbelief. This is the person who those people in the next ward have been anxiously waiting for? What kind of medical skills could bring a dead person back to life? Chapter 775. Who is he? There were a series of surprises and question marks. Okay, it's stable. Wang Yao stayed in front of the soldier's bed for more than an hour. He was relieved after making sure that the soldier's physical condition was stable. The situation just now was indeed very dangerous. If he had come even a little later, the soldier's life would have been gone. The fire of life had been extinguished, but there was still a little spark, so it could be reignited. He got up. The staff who were still in a daze came back to their senses and subconsciously made way for him. It was amazing. What was this? Flesh and bone, the living dead. The situation of the two people is stable, Wang Yao said to Song Ruiping. I have to prepare 2 more decoctions. What do you need us to do? Find a quiet place, Song Ruiping said. How about the small courtyard? Okay, I'll call Chen Ying right away, Song Ruiping said. I'll go with Dr. Wang, Su Xiaoxua said. Chu Lian, drive them there, Song Ruiping said. Yes, ma'am, Su Xiaoxua said. The 3 of them left the ward. Song Ruiping sat on the sofa and let out a long sigh of relief. Ring. Su Xianghua called. He was abroad. His family was afraid of delaying his work, so they didn't tell him the news. Xianghua, is Zhixing injured? Song Ruiping asked. Yes, the situation is stable now. Wang Yao just came. He should be out of danger. Life-threatening? Is it that serious? Su Xianghua asked worriedly. Well, it's fine now. You don't have to worry. Just focus on your work, Song Ruiping said. After talking for a while, the couple hung up the phone. At this time, they had already arrived at the small courtyard. Chen Ying and Chen Zhou were both there. Dr. Wang, everything is ready, Chen Ying said. Okay, thank you, Wang Yao said. You're welcome, Chen Ying said. The medicinal pot and firewood were all ready. Wang Yao thought for a while and decided to use a few kinds of spirit herbs to accompany the antidote. The main ingredient was naturally the detoxification grass that could cure hundreds of poisons, supplemented with a little frost grass. This was because when he was treating the 2 of them, he found that this poison was extremely domineering. It was of the fire attribute and was as fierce as a raging inferno. Wherever it passed, not even a blade of grass would grow. This frost grass was just right to suppress this poison. Adding a little bit of guiyuan, it would adjust the medicinal effect. The composition of the potion was simple, but the medicine itself was not. With a crackling sound, the firewood was burning. Su Xiaoxue stood aside quietly. How did your brother get injured? When he was in the hospital just now, Wang Yao only knew the general situation, and it was not convenient for him to ask more. Now that he was free, he could ask. I was on a special mission at the border. I encountered an armed gang outside the border and got injured. Armed gang? Yeah. Tisk, your brother's unit is not simple, Wang Yao said. The characteristics of the several spirit herbs were relatively special. They were not easy to cook for a long time, so the potion was ready in a short time. It's done. Wang Yao put the medicinal pot out of the flame. You can use it when it's cold. The weather at this time was quite cool and pleasant. The night wind blowing on the body was very comfortable. Dr. Wang Yao, you must be tired from all the way here. Su Xiaoxue was very well behaved as she massaged Wang Yao's shoulders. I'm fine. Wang Yao smiled and patted her hand. This little trip was nothing to him. Why do I feel that your cultivation seems to have improved again? Su Xiaoxue asked. Oh, what's the reason and basis? Well, I can't say, but I feel that some kind of qi in your body seems to be stronger, Su Xiaoxue said. This was purely her personal feeling. I should have improved a little, Wang Yao said. Wang Yao said. His progress had been made not long ago. In the storm, on the wide and crazy sea, he had close contact with the other side of heaven and earth. Then, he released it without restraint. His state of mind had improved to a certain extent. However, he did not expect Su Xiaoxue to be able to sense it just by feeling. Your cultivation has also improved. Yes, I never stopped practicing when I was in class. Every morning and night I would do the breathing exercises according to the method you taught me. I also practiced the boxing skills you taught me. Well, on the road of cultivation, the most important thing is perseverance, Wang Yao said with a smile. Well, the medicine is ready. We should go to the hospital. I think your brother should be awake. He's awake. At this time, in the warm ward of the hospital, looking at her son, who was able to open his eyes, Song Ruiping softly called out to him by the bed, Zhixing, can you hear me? He had indeed woken up from a coma. Yes, Zhixing said. He grunted and felt as if his body didn't belong to him anymore. His body was hot and cold, and he felt extremely uncomfortable. He was extremely tired, and his entire body didn't listen to his commands. He had used up a lot of energy to respond just now. His voice was stuck in his throat and wouldn't rush out. When he finally managed to shout out, his voice was as soft as a mosquito's. How do you feel? Where are you uncomfortable? Song Ruiping asked. I'm fine. He still wanted to say a few more words, but his physical condition did not allow it. Don't talk. Have a good rest. After pressing the bell, a medical staff immediately came over. After seeing that he had woken up, the attending doctor was very surprised. He quickly examined him carefully and took a part of his blood for testing. Zhixing, hold on for a while longer. Wang Yao has gone to boil the antidote. He will be back in a while. After a while, Wang Yao and Su Xiaoxue came into the ward. Brother, you're really awake. Seeing that her brother who loved her had woken up, Su Xiaoxue was very happy. Thank you. Su Zhixing thanked him with difficulty. It's not suitable for you to talk in your current state, Wang Yao said. Take care of your body first. Drink the medicine. The warm medicine was very bitter. Su Zhixing drank a small bowl of it. You rest first, Wang Yao said. I'll go next door. Okay, Su Zhixing said. He went to the next ward and fed the soldier, who was still in a coma, the antidote. He waited for nearly an hour by his window to make sure that the soldier's body was not in mortal danger and that the antidote had begun to work. Then, he left. When he entered the room, he heard Su Zhixing coughing. "Can he eat?" Song Ruiping asked. "Yes, he can eat liquid food," Wang Yao said. "It's easy to digest. Porridge is fine." "I'll go prepare it right away," Chu Lian said. "Sir, how long will it take for my brother to fully recover?" "Within a month," Wang Yao said. Ring. Buzz. Wang Yao's cell phone rang. "Sorry, I have to go out and take this call." It was Jia Zizai. "What? Sir, you are no longer in Dao?" Jia Zizai, who was on the other end of the phone, frowned slightly. If that was the case, his plan would have to change. "Yes, I had something important to do and left temporarily," Wang Yao said. "I won't return to Dao or the mountain village for a while. You can talk about it in a month." Wang Yao said his priority now was to treat his future brother-in-law, Su Xiaoshue's brother. "Okay, I see," Jia Zizai said. After hanging up the phone, he lit a cigarette. "Has Sir left?" "Yes, he left in a hurry," Wang Yao said. "He is not in Dao or the mountain village now. I don't know where he went." "What about Li Fang?" "Explain it first," Wang Yao said. "Plans can never keep up with changes." The sky gradually darkened. After taking the antidote, Su Zhixing and the soldier fell asleep. Sleep was the best way for the body to recover. "Sir, you have been tired for a day," Su Xiaoxue softly said. "Why don't you go back and rest?" "Well, the two of them should be fine," Wang Yao said. "Auntie, you should also go back and rest." "I won't go back," Su Xiaoxue said. "I'll stay here." The warm ward in the hospital was very considerate. There was a sofa, bed, TV, and internet. "Xiaoxue, accompany Wang Yao back to rest first," Song Ruiping said. "Okay," Su Xiaoxue said. Chu Lian sent the two of them back and rushed back to the hospital. "Do you still have classes tomorrow?" Song Ruiping asked. "I've asked for leave," Su Xiaoxue said. "I'll go to the hospital to see my brother in the morning." "Don't worry, I'm here. There will be no problem," Wang Yao softly comforted her. Su Xiaoxue gently nodded. "Where will you stay tonight?" "Let's go to the cottage." Wang Yao was familiar with the cottage and was used to it. Chapter 776. "Oh, there's no one at home tonight," Su Xiaoxue whispered. Wang Yao was stunned for a moment before he gently pulled her into his arms. "I have to prepare 2 decoctions tonight." Wang Yao took Su Xiaoxue home. When they arrived, they found that Chu Lian had also returned. "Miss Sir," Chu Lian said. "Auntie Lian, why are you back?" "Madam was worried and asked me to come back," Chu Lian said. "What about my mother?" Su Xiaoxue asked. "Someone is with her." "Don't worry," Chu Lian said. After a few words with Su Xiaoxue, Wang Yao left Su Xiaoxue's house and returned to the small courtyard alone. Chen Ying was still awake. "Why are you still awake so late?" Su Xiaoxue asked. "I'm waiting for you," Chen Ying said with a smile. "Is Brother Su okay?" "His life is not in danger for the time being," Wang Yao said. "It's getting late. Why don't you go to bed early?" "Okay." The night was quiet and a little cold. With the crackling sound of the firewood burning, Wang Yao began to boil the decoction, regather soup, which could consolidate the corporeity. While detoxifying the poison in Su Xiaoshue's body, it could speed up the recovery of their injuries. Wang Yao didn't go into the house to rest until after 1 a.m., when the decoction was finished. The next morning, he got up very early. Chen Ying got up even earlier than him. First, she practiced martial arts in the courtyard. Then, she began to prepare breakfast for Wang Yao. Chen Zhou also got up. Like his sister, he first went to the courtyard to exercise. However, his martial arts were softer. It had the effect of relaxing the muscles and promoting blood circulation. "Good morning, sir," Chen Ying said. "Good morning," Wang Yao greeted her with a smile. The breakfast was very rich. The three of them ate together. After the meal, Chen Ying's brother still had to go to school. Now that he had returned to normal, he naturally had to live a normal life. This was also what Chen Ying and her brother hoped for. After waiting for a while, Chu Lian drove to the courtyard and took Wang Yao to the hospital. In the ward, Song Ruiping was eating porridge for Su Zhixing. The porridge had just been cooked and was very fragrant. "Brother, are you feeling better?" "I'm ready." Su Zhixing's voice was much louder in the morning than it had been the night before. "Thank you." He repeated his gratitude to Wang Yao. "You only need to say it once." Wang Yao smiled. "We still need to examine him? There's no hurry. Let's eat first. I'll go next door to take a look." The warrior next door also woke up. He was slightly stunned when he saw Wang Yao come in. "You saved me?" His voice was very hoarse. "Yes, how do you feel now?" "I feel that it's good to be alive," the young warrior said weakly. Wang Yao smiled after hearing that. "Have you had breakfast?" "I've eaten a little. I don't feel hungry." The terrifying poison had corroded his internal organs and severely disrupted his normal bodily functions. Therefore, even though he hadn't eaten for nearly 2 days, he still didn't feel hungry. "Have you taken any medicine?" Wang Yao asked. "Yes, it's very effective," the warrior said. "I haven't asked for your name yet." Naturally, he was extremely grateful to his savior. "My name is Wang Yao," Meng Wushuang said. "Hello, my name is Meng Wushuang," Wang Yao said. "Nice to meet you." "I'm glad to be able to save you," Wang Yao said. He sincerely respected these warriors who silently maintained the peace of their motherland. The years were peaceful because there were people who silently protected them. These were indeed the most lovely people. They used their youth and hot blood to protect this peace for us. "I'll check you again." Wang Yao carefully checked him again. The antidote was working and the effect was very obvious. The poison in his body was rapidly reducing. "Do you want to drink some medicine?" Wang Yao took out the regather soup that he had boiled the night before. "Well, okay." He poured a small bowl and gave it to the warrior. It was warm and very comfortable when it entered his stomach. "I feel very comfortable after drinking it." Before Wang Yao could ask, he told him how he felt. "That's good," Wang Yao said. "You should rest first. I'll go next door and take a look." "Well, you should rest first. I'll go next door and take a look." "Is the captain all right?" "He's much better than you," Wang Yao said. "You said he's a captain?" "Yes, he's our squadron captain," Meng Wushuang said. "He was a leader. You should rest. I'll go and see your captain." Okay. Su Zhixing had finished his breakfast. His situation was indeed better than Meng Wushuang's. "Is Wushuang all right?" "He's fine. I just gave him the medicine. It's your turn." After taking the medicine, Su Zhixing lay down and rested for a while. "Do you want to sleep?" Wang Yao asked. "No, I almost couldn't open my eyes forever," Su Zhixing said. "I don't want to sleep now, and I don't dare to sleep." He was really afraid that he would never open his eyes again after falling asleep. "Then lie down to recuperate." After lying down for a while, Su Zhixing asked, "Can I tell you about our battle?" "Okay, I want to hear about it," Wang Yao said. Then, Su Zhixing told Wang Yao and his mother in detail about the battle and the injuries they had suffered. They had received a special combat mission. It was said that a group of unknown armed forces had infiltrated the country through the tropical rainforest in southern Yunnan. Their purpose was unknown, but the local special police force had been dispatched and had exchanged fire with them. Their weapons and equipment were very advanced, and their combat skills were very high. Obviously, they were an elite team. The special police force had suffered a lot of losses, so Su Zhixing's team received a notice to move out. They took a military transport plane and went straight into the depths of the rainforest. The two teams exchanged fire in the depths of the jungle. There would be casualties, but the ability of one person in the opposite team was too strange. He was extremely fast and very good at hiding. The team led by Su Zhixing fell into his trap. In a very short period of time, 2 soldiers had been sacrificed. It was not that they were not capable, but the opponent was too cunning and too powerful. His fighting ability surprised me, Su Zhixing said. I couldn't resist him at all. If one of the soldiers hadn't launched a suicidal attack, I would have died under his knife. Su Zhixing still had lingering fear when he thought about it. In the end I lived, but they were sacrificed, Su Zhixing said. Every time he thought of his comrades who had sacrificed themselves, he felt suffocated in his chest. What about that person? Is he dead? Wang Yao asked. No, they retreated, Su Zhixing said. Maybe they will come back in the future, Su Zhixing said. Come back? Wang Yao asked. Well, the border has never been a quiet place, Su Zhixing said. Chapter 777. Can you teach us Kung Fu? Su Zhixing asked. Huh. Wang Yao was stunned. At this time, you still haven't forgotten about it, Su Zhixing said. It's precisely because of this that I feel the urgency to invite you over, Su Zhixing said. Haha, what I learn may not be suitable for you, Wang Yao said with a smile. How do you know if it's suitable if you don't try? Su Zhixing asked. Let's talk about it later. Wang Yao declined again. In Dao, thousands of miles away, what do you mean? Li Fang stared at Jia Zizai, who was sitting in front of him. Sorry, the doctor I know just went to another province, Li Fang said. Your son's illness will have to wait for a while. Okay, let's wait, Li Fang said. Li Fang said. He did not show any displeasure. Perhaps he did not place too much hope on this matter in the first place. He could only wait. Not only did he have to wait, but Jia Zizai also had to wait. It doesn't feel good to pin your hopes on others, Jia Zizai said. At least Sir is reliable, Humei whispered. Jia Zizai replied. I don't know where he went or why he left in such a hurry. He knew that Wang Yao had made a special trip to Dao City this time for their business. Wang Yao had left Dao City before the matter was settled, and he didn't inform them before leaving. There must be something urgent for him to be in such a hurry. Sir must have something urgent, Humei said. Since their main reliance was gone, they could only continue to wait. After a day and a night in Jing, Su Zhixing and Meng Wushuang's poison had been mostly detoxified. The recovery of the 2 people was beyond the doctor's imagination. What kind of medicine is this? It's so magical. Who is that young doctor? Which hospital is he from? The medical staff, who knew the situation of the 2 patients, were very curious about Wang Yao's situation. He was so young but had such magical medical skills. It looks like he doesn't have a girlfriend, does he? Are you falling in love again? Go away. As long as Wang Yao came, the beautiful nurse would take the initiative to approach him. Brother-in-law, you are quite likable, Su Zhixing said with a smile. Brother-in-law. A pretty nurse was stunned. Her face was filled with undisguised disappointment. That's right, my future brother-in-law. So it's not. Hey! Alright, stop joking around. After taking the medicine for 3 consecutive days, both of them were able to get out of bed and walk. Through the examination of advanced medical equipment, they found that there were no major problems with their bodies. The next step was recovery treatment. Okay, can I leave the hospital now? Su Zhixing had had enough of this hospital. Although they were staying in a special and warm ward, it was not as good as home. I've asked the doctor. We'll have to stay here for another week to avoid any accidents. What accident? Isn't my brother-in-law here? You're almost 30 years old, yet you still don't know how to keep your mouth shut. Let's settle your wedding this year first. Where is your sister-in-law from? On the second day of Su Zhixing's hospitalization, he saw a valiant woman. At first glance, he knew she was from the army. She was very beautiful. The way she looked at Su Zhixing was different. Sichuan, Su Zhixing said. She and my brother are engaged, but they haven't officially married yet. Is she also from the army? Su Zhixing asked. Yes, her name is Su Xiaoya, Su Zhixing said. Her grandfather and my grandfather were old comrades in arms. The two of them had an arranged marriage when they were still in the womb. An arranged marriage? Su Zhixing asked. Yes, let me tell you, the people in the villa complex like this, Su Zhixing said. No one said it with you, right? Su Zhixing asked. No, Su Zhixing said. I'm the only girl in my family, Su Zhixing said. My grandfather and grandmother love me very much. They are afraid that I will be taken advantage of. Fortunately, you didn't set it, Wang Yao said with a smile. Otherwise, I would have snatched the wedding. Su Zhixing's face was full of sweetness. She leaned tightly against Wang Yao. This child. Song Ruiping happened to see it. Su Xianghua had also returned from abroad. He rushed to the hospital as soon as possible. After confirming that his son was not in danger, he invited Wang Yao to dinner at his home that night to express his gratitude. After all, they were not yet a family. It was very rare for Wang Yao to be so considerate. Song Ruiping also came back. Su Xiaoxue even cooked 2 dishes herself. As for the taste, one would know it after eating it. In the evening, Wang Yao drank 2 glasses of wine. Su Xianghua was happy. Song Ruiping was the same. Su Xiaoxue was even more so. When Wang Yao returned to the cottage, it was already past 10 p.m. I should go back in a few days. A few nights ago, when he was having dinner at Su Zhixing's house, he received a call from his father, asking him how things were going. Unknowingly, he had been away for nearly a week. During this time, no one had called to tell him that he was safe, so his parents were a little worried. When they heard that he was having dinner at Su Xiaoxue's house, they were very happy. They told him not to rush back and to stay in Jing for a few more days. Judging from the situation of Su Zhixing and Meng Wushuang, it would take less than a month for them to recover. It was estimated that they could be discharged from the hospital in another week. In another 2 weeks they would be no different from ordinary people and could live a normal life. Nothing happened that night. The next morning, Wang Yao saw a person in the hospital. It was Guo Jinghe. Hello, sir. Hello. I heard that Brother Zhixing was injured, so I came to see him. Guo Jinghe still had a harmless and bright smile on his face. Sir, your medical skills are really amazing. You flatter me. Seeing this person and seeing his smile, Su Zhixing felt uncomfortable. The smile was a bit fake. Where is Xiaoxue? Is she not with you? She has a class today. When drinking with a bosom friend, 1,000 cups were not enough, and half a sentence was too much. After exchanging a few words, the two of them fell into a state where they had nothing to talk about. At this time, Guo Jinghe showed the ability that he had honed over the years in the officialdom and found something to talk about. Brother Zhixing, when you are better, I will treat you to a drink. Okay, it's a deal. Sir, are you free this afternoon? Noon. Sorry, I have an appointment with Xiaoxue for lunch. Oh, forget it, next time. Guo Jinghe left with a smile. How do you feel? Su Zhixing asked. Much better, Su Zhixing said. When I finish the injection, I will go for a walk. No, do I still need an injection? Wang Yao asked. With this miracle doctor around, he felt that there was no need for these things. I have seen them, Wang Yao said. These are all nutrients that can promote the recovery of your body. During this time, he had dabbled in and studied Western medicine, especially these medicines. Therefore, he knew what kind of medicine Su Zhixing was receiving. Western medicine had both advantages and disadvantages. Hey, that guy should have left, right? Su Zhixing glanced in the direction of the door. He has gone far, Wang Yao said. He was sure of this. What do you think of your competitor? Competitor? Su Zhixing asked. Yes, he also likes Xiaoxue, Su Zhixing said. Not very good, Wang Yao bluntly said. Well, I don't think he is very good either, Su Zhixing said. He smiles very brightly, but secretly, he is a very insidious guy. You have to be careful of this person. You also know this? Su Zhixing asked. Of course, after Xiaoxue recovered, this guy's thoughts jumped out and wanted to marry Xiaoxue, Su Zhixing said. At that time, you had not confirmed your relationship. My sister might have married someone, so I naturally had to check it out. This investigation was not a big deal. This guy is a typical hypocrite. Wang Yao smiled after hearing that. This word was very derogatory. His smile is as bright as the sun, Su Zhixing said. He is harmless to humans and animals, but the things he does behind the scenes are despicable. I saw that you had a good talk with him just now. For the sake of face, Su Zhixing said. Although I despise his character, there is no need to fall out with him so far. You don't hit a smiling person. Your illness is not a big problem, Wang Yao said. I am ready to leave Jing. I just wanted to tell you. When? Why are you in such a hurry? Su Zhixing asked. In 2 days, there are still some things to deal with at home, Wang Yao said. Well, okay, Su Zhixing said. Wang Yao gave Su Xiaoxue a prescription. It was primordial spirit soup. This is for Big Brother to recover his body, Wang Yao said. Chapter 778. Sir, will my brother encounter such danger again in the future? Su Xiaoxue asked. His profession has determined that he may encounter it again in the future, Wang Yao said. Soldiers were meant to protect the country, let alone a special combat unit like his. Su Xiaoxue was silent for a while. As his sister, she was naturally very concerned about her brother, who had loved her very much since she was a child. If he had your ability, would he be fine? Su Xiaoxue asked in a low voice. My ability? Wang Yao was stunned and stared at Su Xiaoxue. What's wrong, sir? Su Xiaoxue blushed under Wang Yao's stare. Xiaoxue, did your brother say something to you? Wang Yao asked with a smile. No, nothing. Su Xiaoxue hurriedly waved her hand. Ha ha ha, did he find a breakthrough from you? Wang Yao asked with a smile. Su Zhixing probably still wanted to invite him to be an instructor in his army, but he had not agreed, so he had his eyes on his sister. This was a roundabout way of seeking the country. Is your brother's army in the south? Yes, in the south, Su Xiaoxue said. I'm in the north, Wang Yao said. It's not convenient for me to be an instructor there. Besides, I don't know if my ability is suitable for them. In fact, he had to rely more on his own understanding of Kung Fu. The natural classics played the most important role, followed by the ancient boxing scripture from the Zhou family. What he had mastered might not be suitable for the army. What he needed was simple fighting skills that could take a life in an instant. My brother said that you don't have to lean there all the time, Su Xiaoxue said. You just have to take time to instruct them. Look, you've exposed yourself, haven't you? Wang Yao asked with a smile. Ha ha, Su Xiaoxue said. Well, for your sake I'll agree, but the specific time is up to me. Okay, Su Xiaoxue said. Oh, my sister is so influential. Su Zhixing was happy after hearing the news. Well, your body has just recovered a little. Walk less and rest more, Wang Yao said. As soon as Su Zhixing felt that his body was fine, he got out of bed with crutches and walked around. If you really want to come down, you can use a wheelchair. It's not like I can't walk. Why should I sit in a wheelchair? I just went next door and talked to Meng Wushuang for a while. Hey, brother-in-law, you don't know that Meng Wushuang is a lay disciple of Shaolin. His Shaolin Kung Fu is quite powerful. Really? I can only see that his physical fitness is very good, stronger than yours. Otherwise, I might not have been able to save him that day. Wang Yao had pulled Meng Wushuang back from the brink of death. In addition to Meng Wushuang's profound medical skills, Meng Wushuang's physical fitness was also quite important. Moreover, Meng Wushuang had a strong sense of survival and did not want to die so easily. With all these factors combined, he could be saved again. Of course, I have personally experienced it. He is proficient in Arhat Fist and Dragon Claw. The 72 ultimate skills of Shaolin? Wang Yao asked. Well, it's true, Su Zhixing said. As soon as I exert strength in my fingers, I can easily crush a brick. You guys can spar. By the way, brother-in-law, what kind of fist do you practice? In Su Zhixing's opinion, his brother-in-law's kung fu was even more unfathomable. He could not see any patterns, but he could easily subdue the fighting master he knew. It was a bit like returning to the basics. Ancient boxing manual. Ancient boxing? I have never heard of it. Which sect are you from? The Zhou family of Tsangzhou, Wang Yao said. Well, is it not very famous? What do you mean by famous? Wang Yao asked with a smile. Shaolin, Wudong, Amei, and Kunlun, these ancient martial arts sects are famous, and they have real skills. Some disciples join the army. Their physical fitness and fighting ability are definitely not comparable to ordinary trained soldiers. I am different from them, Wang Yao said. While they were talking in the ward, an officer came in. He was in his 30s, had a resolute face, and a strong body. He was a senior colonel. When he saw the man, Su Zhixing immediately saluted him. Captain. Well, you are finally out of danger, the officer said. I am relieved. Let me introduce you, Su Zhixing said. This is our captain, Wang Yao, and my sister, Su Xiaoxue. He saved me and Wu Shuang. The captain took the initiative to shake Wang Yao's hand to express his sincere gratitude. Thank you. You are welcome. It is what I should do. Wang Yao sincerely admired these soldiers who contributed silently. My name is Mu Qingzhou. If you need any help in the future, just let me know. Okay, Wang Yao said with a smile. He stayed in the ward for a while and said a few words to Su Zhixing. Captain, this is the person I told you about. I want to invite him to be our instructor. Su Zhixing pointed to Wang Yao and said. Oh, Dr. Wang also knows how to fight? A little, Wang Yao said with a smile. Captain, he is being modest, Su Zhixing said. I have tried it with a master, but he couldn't last more than 3 moves. Well, as long as Dr. Wang is willing, our brigade will welcome you with open arms. It depends on the time, Wang Yao said. After sitting for a while, Captain Mu went next door to visit Meng Wushuang. This is our captain, Su Zhixing said. You are a squadron leader? Yes, we are a brigade with 3 squadrons under our command, Su Zhixing said. What about the station? This is a secret for the time being, Su Zhixing said. You will know when you get there. At noon that day, Captain Mu held a banquet to entertain Wang Yao. Originally, he refused, but Su Zhixing persuaded him, so he went. At the banquet, Captain Mu and another officer with him expressed their gratitude to him, which made Wang Yao a little embarrassed. Dr. Wang, these soldiers are our comrades and our brothers, Mu Qingzhou said after drinking a glass of wine. You saved their lives, so we owe you a great favor. You don't know, Su Zhixing said. When we told their families about the sacrifice of these soldiers, their painful reactions were unforgettable. Every time our troops go out on a mission, I hope our soldiers can return safely, but some missions are full of bullets. No one can guarantee their safety. Let me give you a toast, Mu Qingzhou said. After he finished speaking, he drank the wine in his glass in one gulp. Wang Yao looked down at the glass of wine. He picked it up and drank it in one gulp. Xiao Su said that you also know how to fight and that you are a rare master, Mu Qingzhou said. I believe his words. Here, I also sincerely invite you to come to our army and teach our soldiers fighting skills. The more they master, the more likely they will be to survive on the battlefield. Okay, I'll go. Wang Yao simply agreed. Thank you again. During the wine, Wang Yao heard some inside information that shocked him. Those honorable people were sweating and bleeding. Their families might be crying. He accompanied the 2 officers and each of them drank 2 bottles of strong liquor. He was fine. The liquor was no different from plain water in his body. After the banquet was over, the officer who came with Mu Qingzhou exclaimed, "Phew, this Dr. Wang is really good at drinking." The 2 of them were almost unable to hold on, but Wang Yao seemed to be fine. He drank the liquor like it was water. He was very relaxed. "He won't get drunk even after 1,000 cups, Mu Qingzhou said. "He is a doctor. Maybe he has mastered some tricks?" "Do you really want to invite him to our side?" "Of course, we have to invite him," Mu Qingzhou said. "I believe what little Su said. Even if his kung fu doesn't meet our requirements, his medical skills can't be wrong. After I came to Jing City, I also visited Dr. Li. He is a national medical sage. He highly admires this Dr. Wang. To be able to get such praise from him and willingly admit that the other party's ability is above his, this young man's medical skills have really reached the point of perfection. There are still some soldiers in our army who have old injuries that can't be cured. The older they get, the more painful it will be. We can take advantage of this opportunity to invite him over to have a look," Mu Qingzhou said. Chapter 779. "Yes, you are so thoughtful," Mu Qingzhou said. "This time we sacrificed several soldiers," Mu Qingzhou said. "The other party left 3 people behind, but their methods were too strange. They were completely different from the people we had fought with in the past. For a while, we couldn't figure out what to do. I've contacted the relevant departments," Mu Qingzhou said. "They are investigating." "Are the armed forces still active at the border?" Mu Qingzhou asked. "Yes, I received a report of their activities a few days ago," Mu Qingzhou said. "They are really arrogant," Mu Qingzhou said. "Yes, they are," Mu Qingzhou said. "TSK, we have to think of a way," Mu Qingzhou said. "The higher-ups plan to arrange for another unit to go there." "What? Didn't we report the situation?" Mu Qingzhou asked. "We all suffered losses, but the other brother units can handle it. Is there no problem?" "Don't be so impulsive," Mu Qingzhou said. "This is what the higher-ups want. I have told our thoughts to the relevant leaders, but this problem is a little serious. They are unscrupulous at the border and must be punished." "Which unit?" Mu Qingzhou asked. "Them?" In the hospital, Su Zhixing was still a little worried and asked again, "Brother-in-law, do you really agree?" "Yes, but I'm not sure when to go," Mu Qingzhou said. "That's easy to say." Su Zhixing waved his hand. "It's up to you. The transportation expenses will be reimbursed, and you will be paid." "Yes," Wang Yao responded. He really didn't take the salary too seriously. It was mainly because he had been touched by Mu Qingzhou's words that he had changed his mind. "Let me ask you a question," Su Zhixing said. "If you don't want to answer, then forget it." "Go ahead. Is your mission very dangerous?" Su Zhixing asked. "Yes, a rain of bullets," Su Zhixing said. "It is similar to those shown on TV. Are their soldiers sacrificed every time?" Su Zhixing was silent for a long time. "Not really, but every year," Su Zhixing said. "Since I joined that unit, a total of 16 soldiers have been sacrificed. Do you know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of seeing their families and seeing their endless sadness when they hear the news of their son's sacrifice. We can't even find the bodies of some of our comrades." Su Zhixing sighed and lit a cigarette. Wang Yao didn't stop him. "We are sad and angry, but that can't solve the problem," Su Zhixing said. "We can only turn grief into strength, train hard, and avenge them. Tell me about the people you met this time." "I've told you," Su Zhixing said. "Their movements are fast and strange. They approach without anyone noticing and then launch an attack. Their equipment is very good and they cooperate well. The key is that I don't know what equipment they are wearing, but they can resist the attack of a small-caliber automatic rifle at close range. There's an expert. There is one. Even Meng Wushuang is no match for him. Okay, I got it. If you're carrying out a mission to deal with them next time, you can let me know. I also want to go and take a look, Wang Yao said. No problem. After staying in Beijing for 2 more days, Wang Yao bid farewell and left for Dao City. In Dao City, the wind and rain had just stopped. On a hill near the sea, "Sir, you're back." After seeing Wang Yao, Jia Zizai breathed a sigh of relief. "Is Li Fang reliable?" Wang Yao asked. "He's very unreliable," Jia Zizai said. "He's a typical two-faced person, a fence-sitter who swings with the wind." "In that case, why did your chairman trust him with such important information?" Wang Yao asked. "I guess it's a trap to test us," Jia Zizai said. "He knows it's a trap, but he still jumps into it?" "Although Li Fang is a fence-sitter, he has a weakness," Jia Zizai said. "Everyone knows his weakness. His son is seriously ill and can't be treated. This is something we can take advantage of." "Can his son move around?" Wang Yao asked. "Yes, but it's very dangerous," Jia Zizai said. "Go to hike," Wang Yao said. "You can choose the location. Let me know when you're sure." Okay. That day, Jia Zizai told Li Fang the news. "Hike? Why? Is it far?" Wang Yao asked. "It's not far." "Okay, I'll prepare and go there tomorrow." "Okay." Wang Yao went from Dao City to hike on the same day. He stayed there and didn't rush home. The next morning, he met Jia Zizai, Li Fang, and his son in a hidden residence. "Hello, Dr. Wang." Seeing such a young doctor, Li Fang didn't quite believe it, but he didn't show any doubts on his face. "Where's the patient?" Wang Yao asked. "He's in the room." Before entering the room, Wang Yao smelled a unique smell of medicine. This medicine smells familiar. On the bed, a boy in his teens was as thin as firewood. His face was dark and his breathing was very weak. Wang Yao went closer to check carefully. There was a special smell on his breath. It was a kind of rotten smell. His pulse was weak and almost imperceptible. It could disappear at any time. "It's very dangerous." "Yes, thank you for your trouble." "He has been infected with poisonous insects," Wang Yao said. There were a lot of poisonous insects in the child's internal organs. His situation was similar to Wei Hai's, but more serious. It was really strange. A few days ago, before they left, a father and daughter went to the mountain village for treatment. They were infected with goo worms. Only 10 days had passed, and another person here was infected with goo worms. The situation of the two people was not the same. "How long has it been?" 3 years. 3 years? How did you keep it up? Wang Yao was quite surprised. The poisonous insects were quite aggressive. Once stimulated, they couldn't even live for 3 days, let alone 3 years. It was a miracle that the child could keep it up for 3 years. "I used a special medicine." "Special medicine?" "By special, you mean the medicine is poisonous, right?" Wang Yao said. "You can tell." This time, it was Li Fang's turn to be surprised. No wonder the meridians in his body have shrunk so much, and the accumulation of toxins in his internal organs is serious, and it's not just one kind. "Fighting poison with poison can be used, but not in this way," Wang Yao said. He knew that Li Fang had used a special method to protect his son, which was to use a kind of poison to suppress the reproduction of those terrifying poisonous insects in his son's body, and use this to buy time. At the same time, he used other methods to resolve the side effects of these poisons on his son's body. It was like tearing down the east wall to repair the west wall. Not only could it not be repaired, but the hole would also become bigger and bigger. "Well, I'll prescribe a medicine for him to resolve the poisonous insects in his body first. Do you have a way?" "Of course I do," Wang Yao calmly said. "It was just detoxification." "Wait a moment. I'll have the medicine in the afternoon." My medicine is very expensive. No matter how expensive it is, Li Fong said. As long as he could save his son, he would not hesitate to go bankrupt. Okay, wait a moment. After that, Wang Yao left. Jia Zizai came out to see him off. After a while, she went back upstairs. This Dr. Wang is a bit too young. Is his ability reliable? To be honest, when I first saw him, I didn't think he was reliable, but sometimes you have to admit that there are so-called monsters and geniuses in the world. They can't be judged by common sense, Jia Zizai replied. Wang Yao went back to the hotel not far away and prepared to decoct the antidote. Detoxification grass, miasma grass, shanjing, and guiyuan. For this medicine, he used 4 kinds of licorice roots at once. Although the amount was not large, the effect was real. The effect of this medicine was mainly to kill the poisonous insects in his body and at the same time to dissolve the various toxins that had accumulated in his internal organs. The effect of Shanjing was to consolidate the foundation and cultivate the primordial qi. After all, this child's body was now very fragile, like a flickering candle flame that could be blown out by a little wind. He urgently needed to improve. It had to be gentle and nourishing, and could not be too violent. The effect of Guiyuan was to harmonize the various medicinal effects. It was the first time Wang Yao decocted medicine in a hotel. After all, the equipment was limited, so the effect of the decoction was discounted. Chapter 780. It took him a lot of time to make only one decoction. The equipment was limited, but it was not bad. 1 decoction is enough, Wang Yao said. This decoction was the most important detoxification medicine. It cured the root of the problem. In the afternoon, he saw Li Fong and his son again. Take this decoction once in the morning. Take it once a day for 7 days. Wang Yao handed the decoction to Li Fong. Okay. There may be some vomiting and diarrhea, Wang Yao said. Those are normal detoxification reactions. Don't panic. I'll prepare another decoction for you to restore his vitality. You can make it yourself. Thank you so much, Li Fong hurriedly said. Take the decoction now. I'll see how his body reacts. Okay. A small cup of decoction was taken warmly. Not long after taking the decoction, the child's expression changed. What's wrong, Xiaoming? My stomach hurts, the child said while covering his stomach. Wait a minute. Wang Yao took out 2 silver needles from the bag he carried with him and pierced the child's chest and abdomen a few times. The child's painful expression weakened a lot. This was the effect of the decoction. It killed insects and detoxified toxins. At the same time, some toxins were expelled from the body. About half an hour later, the child went to the toilet. He had severe diarrhea and excreted a large amount of dark brown liquid toxins. The entire toilet was filled with a unique stench. It spread into the guest room. It was unbearable. It made people want to vomit. Li Fong hurriedly opened the window to ventilate. This is the detoxification stage. After waiting for another hour and finding that the child's body was fine, Wang Yao left. Xiaoming, how do you feel? Li Fong asked his son softly. My body is weak, the boy said weakly. In fact, his body had no strength to begin with. He was a dying man, and this torment had consumed the little physical strength and energy in his body. Fortunately, Wang Yao had added a shanjing into the medicine. Although the amount was not large, it could play a great role in consolidating the corporeity. Moreover, the effect was more gentle, unlike the hot tonic ginseng. If you're bored, then take a nap. Your body will feel better when you wake up. Okay. The little boy closed his eyes. Li Fong and Jia Zizai gently closed the door and went to the living room outside. Don't use these medicines for the time being. Jia Zizai looked at the expensive imported medicines that Li Fong had specially prepared for her son. If it doesn't work, we still have to use it, Li Fong said. He was still not at ease with the young doctor. "You'll see the results within 3 days," Jiao Zizai said. He understood Li Feng's concern. Facts were the best proof. "You seem to have a blind trust in him," Li Feng said. "This is not in line with your character." He found that Jiao Zizai had a special trust and respect for Dr. Wang. This was shocking to him. In their profession, it was very difficult to trust and respect someone. "He has that ability," Jiao Zizai said. That night, Wang Yao prepared several servings of primordial spirit soup. They were all herbs. He did not boil them. He then went to the hotel where Li Feng was. "This is another medicine," Wang Yao said. "The method to boil it is written on the list. You can boil it yourself. This medicine is enough for 7 days. I'll go back first. Look for me if you need anything. Also, don't give him the medicine." "Thank you." Li Feng wanted to pay the consultation fee. "Let's wait for 7 days," Wang Yao said. The next day, Wang Yao returned to the mountain village. Knowing that Wang Yao had returned, Zhong Luchuan went to the clinic to look for him. "Sir, many people came to see you while you were away." "See a doctor?" Zhong Luchuan asked. "Yes, one day, I don't know why, but there were a lot of people," Zhong Luchuan said. There were cars outside the clinic. That day, Zhong Luchuan remembered that day. When he got up in the morning to start his morning exercise, he noticed that there were cars parked outside the clinic. Some people came to see a doctor with children. He went forward to explain that the clinic was not open for business, but they said they wanted to wait and see. He went out for a run. When he came back, he found that not only did the people not leave, but there were even more. This made him a little worried. He was afraid that some people had bad intentions, so he waited there. As a result, more and more people came. There was even a long line of cars outside. Most of them were parents with children. "Children?" Zhong Luchuan asked. "Yes, most of them came with children," Zhong Luchuan said. "I heard that many of them were coughing very badly. They said that your cough medicine was particularly effective." Wang Yao was a little surprised. "It seems that the cough medicine I made for children is very effective," Zhong Luchuan said. "Some parents used it and did free publicity." "Is there anything else?" Zhong Luchuan asked. "That's good," Wang Yao said with a smile. "Thank you for your hard work." "Sir, you are treating me as an outsider," Zhong Luchuan said. "Well, the clinic is not open today," Zhong Luchuan said. "I'll go to the mountain for a walk." "Oh, okay." Zhong Luchuan also returned to his small courtyard. Wang Yao walked alone on the mountain road. At this time, the weather was very cool, which made people feel very comfortable. Autumn was Wang Yao's favorite season. Woof, woof, woof. After hearing Wang Yao's voice, San Xian happily ran down the mountain. In the blink of an eye, he was in front of Wang Yao. He wagged his tail happily and licked Wang Yao's hand. "San Xian, why are you fat again?" Wang Yao smiled and touched San Xian's big head. "Woof. Ah." Wang Yao laughed. "Let's go," Wang Yao said. "Let's go around." The man and the dog walked around Nanshan Mountain and finally came to the top of Nanshan Hill. Wang Yao took a deep breath on the mountain and then let out a long howl. Home is still the best. He would see patients the next day. After dinner, he opened his WeChat and found that there were a lot of messages. "Dr. Wang, when will you come back? My son has a bad cough. It's not good for him to stay for more than an hour. I want to see you. By the way, my child is also like this. He has been in the county hospital for more than a week, and he hasn't gotten better. I want to see him too." Many of the following messages were similar. Well, it seems that the children's coughing symptoms in this stage are quite serious. After seeing these things, Wang Yao knew he had to prepare more cough medicine for children. When he updated his Weibo and wrote that the clinic would be open the next day, there were soon replies. That night, Wang Yao decocted some cough medicine and put it in a bottle. The next morning, the sun was bright. It was just after 7 a.m., but there were 7 or 8 cars waiting outside the clinic. Oh, it's starting again today. A villager who got up early in the morning sighed. It's probably Feng Hua's son coming back. Wang Yao went down the mountain earlier than usual. He was quite surprised to see those people from a distance. So early? He hurriedly opened the door and began to see patients. Oh, Dr. Wang, you're finally open. This is the 3rd time I've been here, said the woman who brought her child to see the doctor. If you want to see a doctor, you must check my Weibo. If I am not at home, I will inform you in advance so that you don't have to come in vain, Wang Yao said. Yes, take a look at the child, the woman said. He has a bad cough, and there is always phlegm in his throat. He took a blood test in the hospital and was diagnosed with pneumonia. It's been more than an hour and he is still like this. He can't sleep at night or eat well. Let me see. A 7-year-old boy had been coughing since he entered the room. He didn't look well. When he breathed, there was a heavy noise, as if something was blocking his lungs and throat. Can you please bring that basin here? Wang Yao rubbed several acupuncture points on the child's back. Cough, cough, cough. The child's cough became more frequent. Cough, cough, cough. A large mouthful of yellow phlegm was spat out. Phew, phew. This time, his breathing was much smoother. There is indeed inflammation in the lungs. Chapter 781. Ah, why didn't the injection work? Did you give him fried chicken in the morning? Wang Yao said. Yes, he likes to eat fried chicken, the woman said. You should eat less fried food. It's not easy to digest. You can't eat it when you're sick. It will make your condition worse, Wang Yao said. Many parents spoiled their children. They knew it was wrong to do something, but they didn't discipline their children as long as they liked it. They often found excuses. For example, the child is still young. It will be fine when he grows up. This was a wrong idea. Children's habits had to be developed from a young age. It was not easy to change them when they grew up. I'll give you a prescription. Take it when you go back and see how it works. But his diet must be light. You can't give him food with strong tastes like sour, sweet, bitter, spicy, and salty. Okay, I know, the woman said. If you still can't control him, don't come to me. I can't treat him, Wang Yao said. Okay, you must control him, the woman said. Wang Yao paid, took the medicine, and left. Okay, next patient. Hello, Dr. Wang. My daughter also coughs and has phlegm. She's like this all day and night. The second patient was a child. She was about 7 or 8 years old. Wang Yao checked the child. The child's condition was similar to the first child's, but it was slightly milder. He took the same medicine. Thank you. The third patient was also a child, but he was much younger. He looked to be about 2 or 3 years old. He was a little out of breath and was not very smooth. How old is this child? 2.5 years old. Judging from the voice, there was phlegm in the child's body. Children at this age would not cough by themselves. In addition, the child also had symptoms of diarrhea. How long has this situation lasted? Wang Yao asked. About more than a week. I gave him medicine. After 4 days, he began to have diarrhea, the woman said. Let's stop the diarrhea first. Then stop the cough, Wang Yao said. Mom, I want to go to the toilet. The toilet is in the yard, Wang Yao said. After the woman took the child out, she came back not long after. I'm sorry, the woman said apologetically. I'm fine. It's normal. Wang Yao first massaged the child for a while, only to hear the child farting non-stop, and the smell was very bad. Then, he patted him on the back. The child's coughing became much worse, and he coughed out some yellow sputum. After that, Wang Yao gave him 2 prescriptions. Here are 2 decoctions. One can stop the diarrhea and the other can stop her coughing. Give her more bland food. Oh, okay. After paying for the consultation and medicine, the woman left with her child. The fourth person was an elderly woman in her 60s. Where are you feeling unwell, Auntie? My leg hurts a lot, the woman said. It starts after autumn, Wang Yao said. Let me take a look. After saying that, Wang Yao gave her a thorough check. It wasn't a big problem. It was just that the meridians in her legs were affected by the weather and were somewhat blocked. If they were blocked, it would be painful. This is simple. Wang Yao didn't prescribe any medicine or acupuncture. He just gave the old man a simple massage to dredge his meridians. In less than 20 minutes, the old man felt that his leg, which had been in pain before, had warmed up a lot and felt much better. Ah, Dr. Wang, you really live up to your reputation, the old woman exclaimed. You flatter me. Wang Yao smiled. About half an hour later, the old woman left happily. In the morning, Wang Yao saw a total of 12 patients. When it was time for lunch, there were still people waiting outside. Wang Yao had to call home and tell them that he wouldn't be back for lunch. He continued to see the patients. This time, most of the patients were children. The recent wave of children has been so bad with colds. Hasn't it passed yet? Wang Yao remembered that a few days before he went to Dao City, there were parents bringing their children to see a doctor one after another because of a bad cough. It had been more than half a month. Why did he feel that there were more and more people coming to see him? Thousands of miles away in Jing. Doctor, can I be discharged from the hospital? No. The attending doctor decisively refused Su Zhixing's request. I think my body is fine, Su Zhixing said. I think there is still a problem with your body, the attending doctor said. You still need to stay in the hospital for treatment. Do you think it's better for me to say it or for you to say it? Well, I'll listen to you. Su Zhixing helplessly lay down again. I keep lying like this. I feel that my body is going to rust. I have to go out for a walk. He went out with his crutches and went to the room next door. Meng Wushuang was even better. He was doing sit-ups on the bed. Captain. You're good, Su Zhixing said. Why do I feel that you recover faster than me? It's all Dr. Wang's medicine. Captain, please sit down. Meng Wushuang immediately got up. The doctor just came to see me and said that I can be discharged after a few more days. What about you, Captain? I should be discharged soon, right? Su Zhixing was not very sure. You're just starting to exercise. Can you stand it? I can stand it, Meng Wushuang said. I have confidence in my body. When I was in the Shaolin Temple, I practiced both internal and external cultivation. After I was injured, I recovered much faster than ordinary people. Tisk, tisk, Su Zhixing said. It's worthy of being the holy land of Kung Fu. You have a way. Captain, is Dr. Wang's Kung Fu really as good as you said? I can't lie to you about that, Su Zhixing said. I haven't experienced it myself. When you get better, you can try it. How can I do that? Su Zhixing asked. Dr. Wang saved my life. It's just a friendly match, Su Zhixing said. After the two of them chatted for a while, Su Zhixing returned to his room. Not long after he entered the ward, another visitor came. Brother Zhixing. It's Zhenghe. Come in and sit down, Su Zhixing said with a smile. Although he didn't like the guy, he still had to put up with it. Looking at your complexion, you should be fine, right? Guo Zhenghe asked. I'm fine, Su Zhixing said. I want to leave the hospital, but the doctor in charge won't let me. Listen to the doctor and take care of yourself, Su Zhixing said. What about you? Aren't you working in southern Yunnan? You're already a county magistrate. You should be quite busy, right? Well, I'm quite busy, Su Zhixing said. I mainly came to Jing to run a project. That place is relatively poor, and the transportation is not very convenient. No one wants to invest there. I've been pulling strings and looking for friends. Finally, some people are willing to travel there and set up a medicinal herb processing base. It's getting better, so I thought I'd come here to apply for some support funds. That's a good idea, Su Zhixing said. How is it going? Is it going well? It's going well, Su Zhixing said. I've applied for some support funds. Although it's not a lot, it's enough to solve the urgent needs of our county. When are you going back? Su Zhixing asked. I'm going back tomorrow, Guo Jinghe said. I came to see you before I left. Thank you, Su Zhixing said. You're welcome, Su Zhixing said. I've always regarded you as my big brother. Su Zhixing thought to himself, you have a lot of ideas. After chatting for a while, Guo Jinghe also took his leave. Hey Xiaoxue, have you finished your class? Guo Jinghe had just walked to the elevator when he bumped into Su Xiaoxue. Yes, Jinghe, have you come to see my brother? Su Zhixing asked. Yes, he just came out of the ward. I think he looks very good, Su Zhixing said. Yes, thanks to Dr. Wang, Su Zhixing said. Yes, his medical skills are indeed very good, Su Zhixing said. Are you free tonight? I'm going to stay here with my brother, Su Zhixing said. Oh, forget it, I'll go back tomorrow, Su Zhixing said. I wish Jinghe a safe trip, Su Zhixing said. Thank you, Su Zhixing said. After chatting for a while, Guo Jinghe entered the elevator. Both brother and sister want me to leave. Haha, am I so annoying? Although he had a smile on his face, he had other thoughts in his heart. Brother, what are you doing? Su Xiaoxue entered the ward and found Su Zhixing doing squats. I feel like my body is going to rust, Su Zhixing said. I need to exercise. Your wound hasn't completely healed yet. Take it easy, Su Zhixing said. Chapter 782. Did you run into Guo Jinghe just now? Su Xiaoxue asked. Yes, I ran into him after I got out of the elevator, Su Xiaoxue said. I had a few words with him. Isn't he very annoying? Su Zhixing asked as he moved his arms. Su Xiaoxue was stunned. She hadn't expected her brother to say such a thing. He is indeed a little annoying, Su Xiaoxue said with a smile. Just a little? Su Zhixing asked. Why do I feel that this guy is very annoying and scheming? Su Zhixing was very serious. If you really choose him, you'll probably be fooled by him in the future. You won't know anything about what he does outside. Brother, am I that stupid? Su Xiaoxue asked. Besides, I like Dr. Wang. Fortunately, you chose Wang Yao, Su Zhixing said. Although he is a meticulous person, at least he is very sincere to his own people. I can see that he is sincere to you. Su Xiaoxue smiled sweetly. Well, you have to be careful of Guo Jinghe, Su Zhixing said. Don't be alone with him. Maybe he will use some insidious means. Oh, he just invited me to dinner alone, but I refused, Su Xiaoxue said. Yes, there is no good banquet, Su Xiaoxue said. You can't go to dinner alone with him during the day, let alone at night. Is my brother-in-law home? Su Xiaoxue asked. He is home, Su Xiaoxue said. I think he will be very busy today. I have seen his Weibo in the past 2 days. The click-through rate is quite high. Many people want to see him, but he has been in Jing for more than a week. In the mountain village, Wang Yao was indeed very busy. He had seen more than 20 people. More than half of them were children. Dr. Wang, is this disease contagious? My whole family is coughing. A woman in her early 30s came to see a doctor with her eldest daughter, who was only 6 or 7 years old. She also coughed from time to time. Of course it is, Wang Yao said. It is most contagious in the early stages of the disease, when symptoms have just appeared. Can you take a look at me? Okay, Wang Yao said. The whole family was coughing. It was a typical contagious disease. This woman's illness was even more serious than her daughter's. Wang Yao prescribed her another medicine, the bitter one, but the effect was better. I've already told you the method. Go back and brew it yourself. It will take effect in less than 3 days. The same goes for this child. Oh, thank you. Don't bring the child to crowded places at a time like this, Wang Yao said. Children of this age loved to go to those amusement parks to play, but they didn't know that in those places where there were a lot of people, it was very easy to spread the disease. I'll remember it. Next, Wang Yao picked up the teacup and drank a mouthful of water. The tea was already cold. Just like that, until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there were still 6 people in the room. Phew, I have to work overtime. Wang Yao called home again. By the time he finished seeing all the patients, it was already past 7 o'clock in the evening. At this time, the sky was already dark, and the street lamps in the village were also lit up. What took you so long? Are you tired? Zhang Xiuying felt sorry for her son. This day, he was busy from morning to night and didn't even have a bite to eat. Well, I'm a little tired, Wang Yao said. Let's eat. Zhang Xiuying took out the dishes, which were very rich. You and Dad haven't eaten yet? I've been waiting for you. I went out twice and saw that there were not many cars outside the clinic. I guess you'll be back soon. You don't have to wait for me in the future. You can eat first, Wang Yao said. Let's eat. 2 glasses of wine. Okay, I'll get the wine. Wang Yao got up and took a bottle of good wine. He first filled his father's glass and then poured himself a glass. He didn't drink on weekdays. He only drank a few glasses with his father or good friends. There are a lot of people today. Yes, more than 40 people, Wang Yao said. He had to complete the treatment and prescription alone, so he was a little busy. Have you thought about finding someone to help you? I've thought about it, but it's difficult. Wang Yao thought for a while and said, the person has to have a foundation in Chinese medicine and be able to identify most of the herbs. The person has to be more reliable. Wang Yao had a lot of secrets. Even if he was very careful on weekdays, there were always some corners that were exposed. It was important to have someone on his side. Well, no matter what, you have to improve your test results early. Don't be so tired alone. Oh, I know. After dinner, Wang Yao chatted with the 2 elders for a while and gave them a massage to relax their muscles and bones. This was something that he did almost every day at home. He then went out and went to Nanshan Hill. Well, you're still going out so late? On the way, he saw Zhong Luchuan from a distance. Zhong Luchuan also saw him and ran in his direction. Sir, do some exercise tonight. Let's walk together. Okay. The 2 of them walked into the hill together. You've made rapid progress recently. Wang Yao found that Zhong Luchuan next to him was breathing more naturally in the process of walking. In fact, sitting, lying, and walking were all practicing. Sir's exercises are wonderful. Zhong Luchuan felt more and more that the seemingly ordinary set of breathing that Wang Yao taught him was wonderful. It had made his body produce a qualitative leap. His strength, reaction, and perception had been greatly improved. As for skills, those were foreign things. To forge iron, one had to be strong. Are you still reading the Taoist scriptures? Yes, I read them every day, Zhong Luchuan said. I read them for at least 6 hours a day. Now I can recite one. He was really reading them. He was not the kind of person who was just going through the motions. There was no one to watch or supervise him. He had to rely on himself. He could not be like the monks in the temple who just sang and recited the scriptures to fool people. Every time I recite the Taoist scriptures, I feel that my heart is extraordinarily calm, and the weak nashi in my body flows faster a lot. Practicing is also practicing the mind, Wang Yao said. You can't just be greedy for bravery. Sir, what you said is right, Zhong Luchuan said. I read Jin Yong's martial arts novels. There was a master in the Shaolin Temple who practiced several of the 72 consummate skills. He was known as the first master in decade. As a result, he went crazy and lost all his martial arts because his Buddhist cultivation was not high enough to suppress his inner demons. However, he did get a blessing in disguise and became a senior monk, Wang Yao said. Yes. The two of them walked to the foot of Nanshan Hill. You haven't been up the hill yet, right? Wang Yao pointed to the hill. Not yet, Zhong Luchuan said. Zhong Luchuan said. During this time, he had only been close to Dongshan Mountain. He had not crossed the fence, although he could easily cross it. Let's go up and have a look. Now? Zhong Luchuan asked. Yes, now. Hearing the sound below, the dog came down the hill. At night, it looked like a lion. This dog is so imposing, Zhong Luchuan said with a sigh. Zhong Luchuan sighed. He had seen it a few times from a distance. At that time, he was shocked by the size of the dog. Now that he was in close contact with it, he realized that he had underestimated it. The aura emanating from its body should not have appeared on a dog. It was clearly a beast. Of course, it was very cute when it wagged its tail in front of its owner. Once a stranger broke into the hill, he immediately regretted his original decision. What do you think? It's amazing, Zhong Luchuan said without hesitation. From the foot of the hill, he felt that the aura around him had changed. It was a very strange change. His breathing became smoother, and his body and mind unconsciously relaxed. His whole person had a feeling of bathing in the spring breeze. It was indescribably comfortable from the inside out. There is aura on this hill, Zhong Luchuan said. There is indeed aura, Wang Yao said with a smile. Nanshan Hill is a forbidden area. Only a few people have come up. Thank you for your trust, Zhong Luchuan said. Given our relationship, there is no need for such pleasantries, Wang Yao said. I guess I will go out often in the future. When that time comes, this place and the village will depend on you. Don't worry, Zhong Luchuan said. With me here, there will be no problem. Okay. Wang Yao nodded. He trusted Zhong Luchuan, but he could not be in two places. If he encountered some special situations, he might be too busy. I have to find another helper. Chapter 783. You can come to Nanshan Hill to practice in the future, Zhong Luchuan said. No need, Zhong Luchuan said. I'm fine on Dongshan Hill. He was a contented person. In the area bordering Dongshan Hill and Nanshan Hill, although the aura was not as strong as it was here, it was still there. In his opinion, it was already very good. Up to you. After listening to his words, Wang Yao did not insist. Let's go to the top of the mountain and have a look. On the top of the mountain, a cool breeze blew. Wow, this mountain is so good, Zhong Luchuan said with a sigh. No wonder Sir is willing to stay on the mountain. It is indeed a blessed place for practice. Yes, Wang Yao said. His current cultivation was inseparable from such an environment. That was why those cultivators were willing to choose the blessed land of Spirit Mountain. Sir, it's getting late, Zhong Luchuan said. I'll go down the mountain first. Okay. Zhong Luchuan went down the mountain alone. When he left the herbal field, he subconsciously looked back. He only felt that the trees not far in front of him were constantly shaking in the dark night. He could not see what was inside at all. He was dizzy. This is the battle array. He was shocked and hurriedly turned his head away. He took a few deep breaths to calm his breathing and drive away the very uncomfortable feeling. Amazing! Wang Yao had just told him about the battle array. It was a layer of defense on the mountain. In addition, there was the strange fragrance of the flowers. When he had just approached, he had felt dizzy, nauseous, and his heartbeat had accelerated. His breathing had been very rapid. I forgot about this matter, Wang Yao said at that time and fed him some medicine in time. After that, the discomfort subsided. This was another layer of defense. There was also the lion-like dog and a big eagle. Ordinary people could not come to the mountain. After going down the mountain, Zhong Luchuan looked back and saw that the road behind him had become blurred. Or is it a battle array? Looking at the trees, it was just a path that led to Nanshan Hill. There was a unique way to identify it. If he went in, he might get lost. Brother, why did you come back so late today? I went to the mountain and had a few words with Sir, so I came back a little late, Zhong Luchuan said. At this time? I met him by chance when I went out. I went to Nanshan Hill with him. Brother went to Nanshan Hill? Yes, I have. What does it look like up there? Zhong Anxin asked excitedly. Why are you so excited? I heard from the villagers that there are very precious medicinal herbs on Nanshan Mountain. Moreover, the mountain is a bit strange. People who go up there are easily injured. I heard that a few people have died. The villagers no longer dare to go up there, Zhong Anxin said. Is that so? When did you hear about these things? I heard it by chance. Brother, how was it on the mountain? It's very good, Zhong Luchuan said. It's good for practice. There are also many precious herbs planted in it, so it is particularly valued by the master. Keep this to yourself. Don't tell anyone else. I know, brother, Zhong Anxin said. Can I go and have a look too? No, I won't go if there aren't any accidents. In the middle of Nanshan Hill, there was a lone lamp. It was not until late at night that Wang Yao turned off the lights and went to bed. The next morning, he went down the mountain early. There were still people waiting outside the clinic at the foot of the mountain. It was another busy day. There were only a few fewer patients today compared to yesterday. That day, the family from southern Yunnan also came to the clinic. The little girl had recovered well. Doctor, can you take a look at her again? Okay. Wang Yao carefully checked the little girl. She's fine. That's good, that's good. The man let out a long sigh of relief. During the day, Wang Yao didn't have time to eat lunch. At night, Wang Yao looked at his Weibo with his mobile phone and found that many people left comments. Dr. Wang, your medicine is really amazing. My son basically stopped coughing after drinking it for a day. Yes, my daughter too. Are you for real? You guys aren't putting on a show, are you? You'll know when you try it. It absolutely works. Most of the comments were gratitude and appreciation, but some people were sarcastic, which provoked many people's attack. Wang Yao just looked at it and didn't reply. Ring. Buzz. It was Su Xiaoxue calling. Sir, what are you busy with? I'm looking at Weibo. Don't you have class tonight? Class just ended. How is your brother? He has recovered well. He's clamoring to be discharged from the hospital. The two of them chatted for a while before hanging up the phone. In a small courtyard in Jing, Shida, how do you feel? Much better, Mom. A young man walked slowly in the courtyard. His face was yellow and did not have much luster. His eyes were the same. It was Ho Shida, who had returned from the treatment of the king pharmacist in Miaojiang. After the treatment of the king pharmacist, he finally saved his life, but the price he paid was not small. In order to reduce the pain, he took a lot of morphine and became dependent on it. His body was very damaged. The recovery process would be very long. Even if he recovered, he would not be able to completely recover. I will definitely find the person who hurt you, Su Xiaoxue said. It's good that I'm alive now, Ho Shida said. After experiencing this life and death disaster, he regretted it. If he hadn't relied on his family's power to go to Dao and provoke the Sun family, he wouldn't have had this disaster. It made his life worse than death, and his lifespan was greatly reduced. If he said that he had understood thoroughly and didn't want revenge, it was purely self-deception. However, he was a little afraid and worried about that person. That person with strong means had secretly injured him and left such an internal injury. Even a brilliant doctor couldn't treat it. He had to rely on the king pharmacist of Miaojiang to do it. If his family was also hurt like this, what should he do? He was afraid. Mom, don't be too stubborn, Ho Shida said. This disaster made me think clearly about a lot of things. How can we just let it go like this? Ho Shida's mother was not happy after hearing this. When had their family been bullied like this? If they just let it go like this, wouldn't it be admitting defeat? What would the people in Jing think? Sometimes people were tired of living. They were tired of the so-called face. After losing face, they had to get it back. Their family was limited, but they had to puff themselves up at their own cost. It was all for the sake of face. There's really no need, Mom, Hoshida said. It may not be the Sun family. Maybe someone is meddling in it and wants to benefit from it. If we continue to entangle like this, we may just fall into someone else's trap. Do you really think so? Of course, Hoshida said with a smile. Let me think about it. In Dao, the night breeze was cool. Zhang Jun, you made me look for you. I knew you wouldn't die so easily. Musashi, you shouldn't have come to see me at this time. A slightly fat, balding man stood by the beach and looked at the sea in front of him. At this time, it was meaningless to look at the sea. It was dark. Only the sound of waves hitting the shore could be heard. If you don't come out, what about the deal between us? Naturally, someone will do it for me, Zhang Wei said. Can you rest assured that they will do it? Let's see what they think, Zhang Wei calmly said. Haha, this idea is too heavy, Musashi said. It has to be heavy. Zhang Wei sighed. Which one of his subordinates didn't possess extraordinary methods and meticulous thoughts? The slightest bit of carelessness might cause one to be directly killed. Well, I should go, Zhang Wei said. Go back. Yes, go back, Zhang Wei said. You have to do what we discussed as soon as possible, Zhang Wei said. I know. Not long after Musashi left, Zhang Wei started coughing non-stop. In the end, he coughed up blood. His body kept trembling like a vibrating sieve. He took out a bottle with trembling hands and poured out a few pills into his mouth. After a while, his breathing gradually calmed down. Chapter 784. Time is running out. He wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and took a deep breath. He stared at the sea in the dark night again. Sigh. A sigh was dispersed by the sound of the waves. It was dawn. A new day had begun. In the mountain village, there were fewer patients than the previous 2 days. No one came at noon, so Wang Yao could go home for lunch. That's good, Zhang Xiuying said as she served the rice. There are so many people. How can we not have time to eat? It doesn't matter if it's a meal or two, Wang Yao said with a smile. That won't do. She was a mother who loved her son. While eating, a phone call came. It was from Su Xiaoxue. Hello, Xiaoxue. It's me, brother-in-law. Su Zhixing's voice came from the other end of the phone. What's the matter, brother? Where are you? Have you gone home? Su Zhixing asked. At home eating, Su Zhixing said. Are uncle and auntie there? Yes, Su Zhixing said. Say hello to them for me, Su Zhixing said. Okay, don't you have anything else to say? Wang Yao said. There is one more thing I need to trouble you with, Su Zhixing said. What is it? Wang Yao asked. I have a comrade who is seriously injured. Can you take a look at him? Su Zhixing asked. Where is he now? Wang Yao asked. He's still in the army hospital, Su Zhixing said. If you agree, I'll tell him he can go to the clinic in the mountain village to find you. Well, can you find a way to send me a copy of his case so I can be prepared? Wang Yao said. As for the time, they can come at any time. I'll be in the clinic in the mountain village for the next few days and won't go out. Okay, I'll tell them right away, Su Zhixing said. I'll let you know in advance when the time is confirmed. After chatting for a while, he hung up. Xiaoxue's brother? Zhang Xiuying asked. She had heard the conversation between the two of them, including Su Zhixing calling him brother-in-law. This meant that Su Xiaoxue's family recognized her son, which made her very happy. Yes, one of his comrades was injured, so he wanted to come over and take a look, Wang Yao said. Then we'll have to see. Let's see these warriors first, Wang Fenghua said. Yes, I think so too. Wang Yao said that in order of arrival, there should also be an order of priority. Among them, there should be some special cases, such as the seriously ill, the old, the weak, women, and children, as well as those respectable soldiers. Let's eat first. Yes, let's eat. In the capital, in Su Zhixing's ward. He agreed? Yes, Su Zhixing said. Let's take a look at the case first. He can receive patients at any time. In fact, I can also ask him to make a house call. It's okay. He happens to be near Qi province. It's not too far to go there. You also said that his medical center has more complete medicinal herbs. It's better to go to his medical center. Please send him a copy of the medical records as soon as possible. I'll arrange for someone to do it right away. By the way, when does his clinic close? I'll arrange for someone to send the case over today. Just arrange for someone to send it over, Su Zhixing said. I'll give him a call then. Well, I'll arrange for someone to go over immediately. In the mountain village, the sun had already set over the mountain. It's another day. Wang Yao was not in a hurry to leave. He was waiting for someone. Su Zhixing said that someone would send the case of the injured warrior that afternoon and asked him to wait in the clinic, so he waited. At about 6 p.m., he heard the sound of a car outside, followed by a knock on the door. Please come in, he shouted from the outside. What a clear voice! The soldier who was knocking on the door said to himself after hearing it. He pushed the door open and entered. The layout of the courtyard was very exquisite. Well, it's a beautiful small courtyard. After entering the room, he saw a handsome young man who looked to be in his 20s. He seemed to be a few years younger than him. Hello, are you Dr. Wang Yao? That's me. Have you brought the case? This is the case. Please take a look. The warrior handed over a file bag with both hands. Wang Yao took the file and flipped through it. The soldier had received a gunshot wound. The wound was in the lung. The bullet had pierced the lung lobe. The injury was very serious. The key problem was that the bullet seemed to be poisonous, which had spread to other parts of the body. 3 days? Wang Yao frowned slightly when he saw the time. When will the person come? Wang Yao asked. He's on the way, the soldier said. He'll arrive at the clinic tomorrow morning. Well, leave the case with me, Wang Yao said. You can go back first. Okay, thank you. The soldier saluted Wang Yao. You're welcome. Wang Yao got up and sent the soldier out of the door. After returning to the house, he called Su Zhixing. Have you received the case? Wang Yao asked. Yes, Su Zhixing said. Did this injured soldier carry out the same mission as you? Yes, the same person, Su Zhixing said. It's very likely that they faced the same group of enemies. They sacrificed 6 soldiers, and one of them was seriously injured. That's the case you took. They heard that you had detoxified our toxins, so they wanted to ask for your help. I see, Wang Yao said. Please, Su Zhixing said seriously. As long as he's still breathing, I can save him, Wang Yao calmly said. Thank you. I heard you. After Su Zhixing hung up the phone, he spoke to a man in his 30s standing next to him in a military uniform. Thank you. You're welcome, Su Zhixing said. Hurry up and send him over. Okay. The man in the military uniform then left. As long as he's still breathing, he can save him, Su Zhixing said. Tisk, tsk, tsk. This is really arrogant, but I like it. In the mountain village, in the clinic, Wang Yao took out his mobile phone and posted on Weibo. He had something to do the next day, so the clinic would be closed and would not receive patients. He had set aside a day for the soldier who was about to arrive. At night, on Nanshan Hill, the lights were like beans. The crackling sound of firewood burning could be heard. Wang Yao was decocting medicine. One was detoxification powder, and the other was regather soup. He would use both the decoctions the next day. I'm afraid it's going to rain tomorrow. The next morning, the sky was gloomy and the air was stuffy. It was uncomfortable, but the village was slightly better. At about 9 a.m., 2 army vehicles entered the mountain village. One was a jeep, and the other was a medical vehicle. Why are there army vehicles here? Are they looking for Wang Yao? No way. Under the gaze of several villagers, the 2 vehicles stopped outside the clinic at the south end of the village. It's true. At this moment they were all stunned. 2 officers got out of the car and entered the clinic. "Hello, Dr. Wang, my name is Qing Haidong," Qing Haidong said. "Hello, where is the patient?" Qing Haidong asked. "He's outside. Are you ready?" "Okay, bring him in," Qing Haidong said. After a while, the patient was carried in. He was followed by medical staff with an intravenous drip. The 2 medical staff looked at Wang Yao with suspicion. Yesterday, when they heard that the critically ill soldier was going to be transferred to another hospital, they strongly disagreed because his situation was very dangerous. It was very likely that an uncontrollable accident would occur during the transfer process, which would directly endanger his life. However, the other party's leader insisted on it. They also received instructions from the hospital's leader to fully cooperate. They originally thought that the soldier would be transferred to a few big hospitals in Beijing or Shanghai. They didn't expect to come to such a small mountain village and see such a young doctor. Was this a joke? What were these people thinking? What were the leaders thinking? Had their brains been kicked by a donkey? Wang Yao gently checked the soldier's wound. It was a gunshot wound. The wound had been infected and festered. The body around it was black. His face was black, and his breath was as light as the wind. "It's very dangerous." "Of course it's dangerous," the young nurse who accompanied the soldier said angrily. "Shaoli, I'm fine." Wang Yao smiled and waved his hand. "Detoxify him first." Wang Yao took out the detoxification powder prepared in advance and gave it to the soldier to take. As for the wound, he carefully looked at it. "You all go out." He looked up at the people in the room. The people in the room, especially the accompanying military doctor and the nurse, were stunned. "Go out. I want to give him a special treatment." "What?" Everyone looked at Qing Haidong. "Let's go." He took the lead and went out. "Dr. Wang, please save him," he said solemnly. He said solemnly before he left. He had a lot to do on this trip, and his leader was also taking a great risk. If something went wrong, he would be in big trouble. "Don't worry." Wang Yao smiled slightly. He had a card up his sleeve. He was confident and calm. Several people went out one after another. The military doctor and the nurse were obviously unwilling. They went straight out of the courtyard, but the door was still open. After coming out, the young nurse couldn't help but ask, "Captain Cheng, aren't you worried? He's so young. What kind of superb medical skills can he have? This is simply child's play." Su Zhixing and Meng Wushuang were saved by him. Qing Haidong's simple words stunned the young nurse. "Their injuries were not that serious," the nurse said. "The bullet directly pierced their lungs. Moreover, the bullet was highly poisonous." Silence. Qing Haidong's simple words made them silent. The nurse was still pouting. She was very dissatisfied. In the clinic, Wang Yao had a small box in his hand. After opening it, there was a black jade-like ointment that exuded a unique medicinal fragrance. The ointment for continuing life was used to make up for defects. He took a small piece with his hand and gently smeared it on the injured soldier's wound. The ointment was absorbed by the body near the wound at a speed visible to the naked eye. In a short while it disappeared. Then, Wang Yao's hands moved like 2 swallows flying back and forth. He quickly massaged and patted the soldier's body. In a very short time, he stimulated several major meridians and dozens of acupoints. Chapter 785. The soldier, who had been in a coma, made a sound. It seemed that he was in pain. His brows were tightly knitted. After waiting for a while, Wang Yao gave him a small cup of regather soup. Outside the courtyard, Qing Haidong looked up at his watch. On the west side of the river, Zhong Luchuan, who had come out to exercise, found the car parked outside the clinic. He came to take a look. Seeing a few soldiers standing outside the door, he was stunned. What's going on? Are they standing guard here? There is no need for so many people. He is a lieutenant colonel. He has been on the battlefield and seen blood. He was looking at the soldiers, and Qing Haidong was also looking at him. He is a martial artist. He could tell at a glance that Zhong Luchuan was not an ordinary person, just as Zhong Luchuan could tell at a glance that he was extraordinary. All right. In the room, Wang Yao whispered softly. His voice passed through the door and window to the outside. Sir's voice. After hearing that, several soldiers hurried into the yard. Zhong Luchuan hesitated for a moment and did not go in. Instead, he continued to walk slowly toward the mountain. He was still muttering something in a low voice. Listening carefully, it was some scriptures from Taoist scriptures. When he recited them, they were very charming. In the clinic, several soldiers looked at the patient lying on the bed. Their faces were full of surprise, especially the two medical staff. His complexion had obviously improved. The dark green color on his face had faded a lot, and his breathing had become steady and strong. It was not as weak as when he first came. How long had it been? It had only been a few minutes. How could there be such an obvious improvement? His condition has improved a lot, Wang Yao said. My suggestion is to stay in the village for a few days and leave when he is stable. Stay? Yes, most of the houses in the village are empty, Wang Yao said. If you want to stay, I can arrange it. Okay, thank you, Qing Haidong said. Wait a moment. Wang Yao made a phone call. After a while, Zhong Luchuan arrived at the clinic. Sir, it has been arranged. They will stay in the room next to mine. It has been cleaned up last time. Okay, take them there. Please come with me. Zhong Luchuan glanced at the soldier who was still in a coma. Gunshot wound and poisoning. He was not a doctor, but based on his past experience, he could tell at a glance what kind of injury this soldier had suffered. Thank you. Several soldiers followed him out of the clinic while carrying the patient. Along the way, they didn't speak much. Soon, they arrived at the very clean house. It's here. Just make do with it. It's already very good, thank you. You're welcome. I'll be right next door. You can look for me anytime if you need anything. All right. Zhong Luchuan didn't stay long and left. As soon as he left, the two medical staff immediately took medical testing equipment from the car and checked the body of the unconscious soldier. This is impossible. Looking at the data they could check, they were stunned. What's wrong? Qing Haidong hurriedly asked. Too magical, the doctor said, but from the few indicators we can detect, he is out of danger. Really? Qing Haidong let out a sigh of relief. That's a good thing. It's a good thing, but it doesn't explain it. Haha, that's why we came here. Qing Haidong smiled and patted the doctor on the shoulder. Half of the worry in his heart had disappeared. He arranged for a soldier to drive the medical car to the nearest army station. After all, it was too conspicuous to park there. It was not a big deal for another car to park there. Oh, you know, people from the army have come to see Feng Hua's son, the soldier said. Really? Why would I lie to you? I saw the car coming, the soldier said. I also saw them carrying a stretcher. Now, there is another car parked outside the clinic with a wrong sign. You'll know when you go and see it. In just one day, the news had spread throughout the small village. This young man is really amazing, some old people in the village exclaimed. In the small courtyard, he's awake. He's awake. The medical staff shouted happily. Really? Several people hurried into the room and saw that the unconscious soldier had woken up. Ichuan, you're finally awake. Where is this? He wanted to speak, but there was something stuck in his throat. When his voice reached there, it was blocked. Took a lot of effort for him to say a few words. "This is a mountain village," Ching Haidong said. "We brought you here to see a doctor. You're finally awake. Don't talk. Have a good rest." The injured soldier felt that his whole body was heavy. His breathing was not so smooth and his head was dizzy. Fortunately, he had finally woken up from that terrible state. He had finally woken up. The warriors who came with him also heaved a sigh of relief. "Come, I'll treat your wound." When the nurse opened the wound on his chest, she was stunned. How is this possible? What's wrong?" Ching Haidong and the attending doctor rushed over. They were also stunned. They saw that the soldier's originally rotten and suppurating wound had mostly healed. A small area had already formed a scab. This. The two medical staff were stunned. Before they came, they had carefully examined and treated Jin Xing. They were very sure that this soldier's wound had not recovered, and it was very serious. This was one of the main reasons why they did not support the transfer of hospital. In such a short time, the wound had healed to such an extent. It was simply unbelievable. Even if they saw it with their own eyes, they still could not believe it. Was there really such a magical medicine in the world? What medicine did he give him? No wonder he sent us away. This matter, only a few of us know about it, Ching Haidong suddenly said very solemnly. Please keep it a secret. What do you mean? What do you think? Ching Haidong said. His eyes were unprecedentedly serious. I see, the young nurse said. If Dr. Wang gets into trouble because of this matter, I'll look for you two directly. Captain Cheng, please rest assured, the attending doctor said. I will absolutely keep this matter a secret. I guarantee it with my integrity. Although he also wanted to know what kind of medicine the young doctor used to make such a miraculous effect, he knew the origin of Captain Cheng and the young soldier who was in critical condition. These two people had deep connections and backgrounds. He would not offend them because of this matter. I also guarantee it. The young nurse pouted. She seemed to be very reluctant. Well, only the three of us saw it, Ching Haidong said. I guarantee with the honor of a soldier that this matter will not be spread. Ching Haidong had thought about it very carefully. The day passed like this. Near evening, Captain Cheng came to Zhong Liuchuan's home. Hello, sorry to disturb you. He brought 2 bottles of wine, the kind that was specially provided. You are welcome, Zhong Liuchuan said. You are looking for me for something. Well, I want to invite Dr. Wang to dinner tonight, Ching Haidong said. This is my first time here. I don't know where is a suitable place. Invite Dr. Wang to dinner? Zhong Liuchuan asked. Yes, to express my gratitude, Ching Haidong said. Well, you can talk to Dr. Wang, Zhong Liuchuan said. We often go to a restaurant in the village. It is very close to here and very affordable. Is it not formal enough? Zhong Liuchuan asked. No, Zhong Liuchuan said. Dr. Wang doesn't care much about this. Well, I'll invite him. If he agrees, please come with me. Okay, Zhong Liuchuan said after thinking for a while. Ching Haidong went to the clinic to invite Wang Yao. Dinner is not necessary, Zhong Liuchuan said. It is not far, Zhong Liuchuan said. I have asked Mr. Zhong. It is at the restaurant in the village. I have already booked it. I hope Dr. Wang will come. Okay. Wang Yao thought about it and agreed. Then, it is settled. In the evening, in the restaurant in the village, there were 4 people in a private room. They were Ching Haidong, Wang Yao, Zhong Liuchuan, and the attending doctor. The table was full of delicacies and 2 bottles of good wine. Dr. Wang, I salute you, Ching Haidong said. Thank you for saving my comrade. Chapter 786. You're welcome, Wang Yao said. He raised his glass and drank the wine in one gulp. He admired these people from the bottom of his heart. Dr. Wang, the cost of the treatment will be as much as it should be, Qing Haidong said. He had heard from Su Zhixing that the medicine Wang Yao used to treat seriously ill people was very expensive. He had just seen the magical effect with his own eyes. Such an effect, no matter how expensive it was worth it. For such a warrior, I treat him for free, Wang Yao replied. I don't charge a penny. Treating people had to be done on a case-by-case basis. Thank you. Qing Haidong was stunned. He drank the wine in his glass in one gulp. Both the guests and the host enjoyed the meal. The 4 bottles of wine they brought were all finished. Wang Yao also drank a lot. Qing Haidong wanted to get more, but Wang Yao politely refused. He could see that Dr. Fan, who was sitting at the same table, was almost drunk. He was slurring his words. I didn't expect Dr. Wang to be so good at drinking. Is he also a wine lover? Dr. Wang usually doesn't touch a drop of wine, Zhong Luchuan said. Oh, Qing Haidong replied. He had thought that Wang Yao had this hobby, so he wanted to get him 2 boxes of good wine to show his sincerity. He didn't expect that Wang Yao didn't like wine. He had to think of something else. After dinner, the 4 of them went home separately. Wang Yao and Zhong Luchuan had extraordinary physical fitness. The wine was nothing to them, so they walked faster. Qing Haidong and Dr. Fan walked relatively slowly. After a while, the 4 of them had distanced themselves. Dr. Fan, what do you think of Dr. Wang? Qing Haidong asked. His medical skills are extraordinary, Dr. Fan said. That's it. Qing Haidong was stunned. Yes, Dr. Fan said. I think his medical ethics are also very high, Qing Haidong said. Not bad. Dr. Fan was a little tongue-tied. In fact, he was dizzy now. That was a wine with a high alcohol content of more than 50 degrees. He had drunk nearly a bottle, which had exceeded his usual intake. The main reason was that the mountain delicacies he had eaten these past few days were delicious, and it was rare to drink such fine wine. Unknowingly, he had exceeded his usual intake. Now that the man beside him was speaking, it was good enough if he could hear 5 out of 10 words. He did not want to reply. Dr. Fan. Dr. Fan fell to the ground with a thud. He tried his best to stand up with his hands and feet, but ended up lying on the ground. His posture was very unsightly. Qing Haidong hurriedly pulled him up. Are you okay? Good wine. Dr. Fan raised his thumb and extended his little finger as well. He had drunk too much. Let's go. I'll support you. Qing Haidong stepped forward to help him. No need, I'm fine. He reached out and pushed her away. Then, he tumbled into the bushes by the roadside. Seeing this, Qing Haidong hurriedly went in to pull him up. Good Lord, his head was stuck in the dirt. It had just rained this afternoon and the ground was muddy. He was covered in dirt. Are you okay? No problem, Wang Yao said. What is it? All right, hurry up and go back. Qing Haidong was afraid that he would have another accident, so he grabbed him and half-dragged him back. What's going on? Nurse Shaoli asked. He drank too much and rolled into the ditch, Qing Haidong said. Let him have a look and see if he has any injuries. Oh, okay, I got it, Nurse Shaoli said. After separating from Zhong Luchuan in the village, Wang Yao slowly went up Nanshan Hill alone. The people in the army can really drink. After drinking a bottle of strong liquor, there was not much of a problem. His alcohol tolerance was not ordinary. I haven't read scriptures for a long time. Wang Yao picked up a Taoist scripture and read it. He didn't go to bed until 11 p.m. The next morning, the weather was a little gloomy, but the cool wind made people feel very refreshed. The injured soldier woke up and felt much better than the day before. Dr. Fan and Nurse Shaoli were checking his body, while Qing Haidong stayed by the side and watched. Well, you are a little better than yesterday, Dr. Fan said. I also feel a lot better than yesterday, the soldier said. His body was not as heavy as yesterday. His breathing was smooth and his mind was clear. This feeling made him feel as if he had been reborn. Take the medicine. Detoxification powder was taken once a day in the morning. Regather soup was taken 3 times a day. Captain Ching, can we keep some of this medicine? Dr. Fan asked. No, Captain Ching said without hesitation. He knew what the doctor wanted to do. He wanted to take it back to test the composition of the medicine and then imitate it. Think about it, Dr. Fan said. If we succeed in getting the composition of this medicine, our soldiers may be free from the threat of this terrible poison. It sounded very reasonable. Why don't you tell Dr. Wang directly? Qing Haidong asked. Why do you use this method? In his opinion, it was no different from theft. It broke the bottom line of morality and was despised by people. Dr. Fan was speechless. For a moment, the atmosphere in the room was a little awkward. Well, the examination is done. There is no problem. Thank you. Dr. Fan and Nurse Lee left the room after the examination. Captain, they mean well, the soldier lying on the bed said. They are too utilitarian, Qing Haidong said. I should thank Dr. Wang well, the soldier said. Well, you should thank him well, Qing Haidong said. Su Zhixing and Meng Wuxuang were also saved by him. The same poison? Qing Haidong asked. So, can you be sure that it is the same armed force? It is certain that it is the same armed force, Qing Haidong said. It is very likely that the same person injured you. If it were not to protect me, you would not have been injured, Qing Haidong said. You are too pretentious, the soldier said with a smile. I just want to recover quickly and then go to the battlefield to avenge my comrades who died. Yes. That day, the clinic opened as usual. Not many people came, at least much less than a few days ago. Pan Jun came to the clinic after 9 a.m. He was off duty and came to help. Hey, master, didn't it rain here yesterday? It rained a little in the afternoon, Wang Yao said. It just wet the ground. Really? It rained heavily in the county, Pan Jun said. Many places were flooded. A person was washed away in the river. Every year, when it rained in the county, 2 people would be washed away. Really? What a pity. He wanted to catch fish, but the water was too strong, so he was taken away, Pan Jun said. This kind of situation happened almost every year. When there was a flood, the discharge of the reservoir might bring out some big fish. Some people wanted to take advantage of this opportunity to catch fish. As a result, they lost their lives. Water and fire were merciless. Several people came that day because their legs and feet hurt. Pan Jun happened to help. Wang Yao was a little more free. When no one was around, Wang Yao began to teach Pan Jun other knowledge. Identifying Chinese herbs was the most basic ability of a pharmacist. There were more than 2,000 known Chinese herbs, and hundreds of commonly used ones. Wang Yao first taught him how to identify commonly used Chinese herbs. At noon, he did not go back. He ate at Wang Yao's house. In the afternoon, after the clinic was closed, Wang Yao went to the small courtyard again to see the injured soldier. Ichuan, this is Dr. Wang. Hello, Dr. Wang, the soldier hurriedly said. Thank you for saving my life. You're welcome. Lie down and talk less. Get some rest, Wang Yao said with a smile. Looking at his complexion and voice, he was much better than yesterday. Wang Yao checked his pulse. It was stable. He was no longer in danger. He checked the wound on his chest. It had healed overnight and had begun to scab. The efficacy of the intermittent ointment was magical. Well, it's no big deal. He should be able to get out of bed in a few days, Wang Yao said. That's great, Qing Haidong said. I'll go back first. You can ask Lu Chuan to find me if you need anything. Oh, thank you, Qing Haidong said. Qing Haidong walked Wang Yao out. He wanted to invite Wang Yao to have dinner together, but Wang Yao refused. After sending off Wang Yao, he returned to the room and discussed something with Xing Yichuan, who was lying in bed. I want Dr. Fan and Dr. Li to go back, Qing Haidong said. Just leave one soldier here to take care of him. Well, I agree, Xing Yichuan said. It's inconvenient for them to be here. Well, that's settled, Qing Haidong said. Let them go back tomorrow. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Nights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.